She's whipping up the very best with bartender, drink more, cook less. He's the tech guy, Robbie, Randy, Roy. Rocky is the bestest boy. The food is great, so grab a plate. The show's starting, so don't be late. Dana's Kitchen.
Ooh, you could make pita dough.
I look ridiculous.
Well, hello everybody. Happy Sunday. How are you guys? Hi, Elser. I'm so glad that you are here because today we're doing a meal redemption for Elser. Elser said, I'd like some chicken enchiladas. And I believe you said you wanted to learn how to make them, but I also have to cook out of the Mi Cocina cookbook. So we're gonna be doing chicken enchiladas two different ways. A more traditional Mexican way out of the cookbook, and then the easier way that only takes like 15 minutes of prep on that. So yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad that you got it. I wasn't sure. I think I sent kind of the same message twice because the whispers looked weird. They weren't working the way I wanted to. So, but that's what we're going to be doing today. Is we're going to be doing our first meal out of the Mi Cocina book while doing a meal redemption for Elser. So Robbie's happy because there's going to be two different kinds of enchiladas, although they're both chicken enchiladas. So there's that too. So, and 1 week before we turn the clock ahead, are we doing that next weekend? We're turning the clock ahead next weekend, so we lose an hour.
I'm sure it wasn't this weekend, but yeah, it's next
So
weekend.
we lose an hour next weekend. Ugh, I wish they would just stop that nonsense. So actually have a cyclone coming, so you might not be able to watch. Okay, after you've been to the shops. That's fine. You know what? It'll be a VOD, so it'll be there. It'll also be on YouTube eventually. I'm not as good as uploading these to YouTube right away like I used to be, but I know, Robbie's shaking his head.
Apparently you need a second tech guy.
I do. I need a personal assistant is what I need. It would take a lot of pressure off of Robbie when I go, Robbie, we need to do A, B, C, D. He's like,
Cool.
But
I might have time for A.
Which one's the easiest? I'll pick that one.
That's not a bad plan. Good idea, Dana. Good idea.
So now the thing about, if you were here, if you weren't here, you didn't get to vote. Chat voted for me for the month. I'm going to be cooking out of this cookbook, Mi Cocina by Rick Martinez. And he grew up, he was second generation Mexican American and wasn't taught about his culture at all, pretty much growing up. So he decided he really wanted to learn how to cook. So not only that, but other things about his culture as well. So I love this cookbook. He tells his story in the front. It's really interesting. It's relevant to things going on right now. It sounds like Andy might be in the house. Hippie! Hippie's in the house! Hello, Hippie. Hello, Andy. Okay, hang on. Hippie, thank you for resubscribing. I'm going to put a heart on your heart if I can find it. So now I've got to go look for it. Where did Hippie go? Do you see it, Robbie? Do you see it? I know it's up here somewhere. Maybe it's not.
Hippie didn't have a heart, Dana? What's wrong with you?
Hippie, you need a heart. He maybe didn't push, I know he subbed last month, but maybe he didn't push the button so it never got made. All right, well, we'll have to do that real quick. And then we'll put a heart on it.
Emergency heart surgery.
And you know what's gonna happen, Hippie? I'm gonna find it in a little bit. I'll find it tomorrow. I'll be looking at the refrigerator and I'll go, there it is. There it is. That's what it was. Did you have to go look up what kind of tequila you always buy? He did. He walked over to the tequila. Tequila. So there we go. All right. Another heart up here. Because I'm lazy and not doing anything else. We're still going to do hearts for March. Because you know what? It's all about love. It's all about love. You were here. You are here. You are here. And hello, hello, hello. And if you're not following Hippie, if you're in here, tequila, yes. If you are not following Hippie, make sure.
Tequila.
Yes, perfect. We don't have very much tequila left. That's Robbie's department. It's tequila. So let's see here. What was I saying? I was saying something. Oh, if you're not following Hippie, make sure you go check Hippie out because Super Chill Stream makes really interesting, like trying out all different things like I kind of do. And I love that. I love that. Más tequila, por favor. Más tequila. What are you looking over my head? Are you finding all the things you need?
I think I also owe more Dr. Pepper a heart.
Oh, okay. You can write it out one. Write one out and get it up there. I don't believe more Dr. Pepper. Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate. Okay. All right. So like I said, we're going to be making chicken enchiladas. We're going to be making it a super easy way after we make it a really more authentic way, which isn't really complicated. There's just a lot more steps to it because we're not going to be using any pre-made ingredients in that one, whereas the easy one will be making it with more pre-made stuff. So it'll be a little, a little less time, a little less prep time. I will tell you that when my kids were growing up, a lot of my cooking was the easier way. And so if there's ever a time that you think there's more Dr. Pepper, let me know and we can say, here's the easier way to make this. Okay, so the thing I love about Rick Martinez is that he traveled all around Mexico and then he made this cookbook that's like his love language and his show of love to the culture of Mexico. And he said, these are my interpretations of my favorite foods as I traveled around Mexico. So the thing we're going to be making from his cookbook tonight is called Enchiladas Mineras, which is a place inside Mexico City called Doña Lupe's. And it's a little tiny restaurant that everybody loves. It's got like 8 seats. It's one of those places where everybody's like, these are the best enchiladas around. So we're going to try making those tonight. We're also going to make our own tortillas. I've already made the masa. I'm letting it hydrate. And so if you're making your own tortillas, you want to probably do this, let this sit for at least 20 to 30 minutes. It lets the dough hydrate and it makes better tortillas. That is after many failed attempts on my part in the early days of making tortillas, some of them right here on Twitch. So hopefully we don't mess those up today because I need these for both enchiladas. So we need to get about 20 tortillas out of this.
No pressure.
No pressure to not mess up on that. I also will tell you that I love not pre-made corn tortillas because not pre-made corn tortillas, the ones that can sit on a shelf for about a month, have all sorts of extra stuff on it and they have zero flavor. So if you can, make your own. You don't need a tortilla press like I have. You can use a rolling pin. You can use a big pot. Our tortillas like pancakes where the first one is a little iffy. Sometimes that's it. So, all right, let's start. Mexican enchiladas. I'd always had enchiladas more like a casserole, right? You put it in a dish, you pour some sauce over it, you stick it in the oven with cheese on the top. That's really an Americanized version of enchiladas. If you have it I remember coming to Texas, I lived in Texas when I was younger, moved back here in 2001. And going to a couple of restaurants, the enchiladas were really very different. So they were rolled up with a sauce kind of poured over the top of it and not casserole. They weren't super cheesy like all the ones I was used to. There is something to said for both of them. I love both kinds. So the Enchiladas Mineras are going to be more like that, except we're probably not even going to roll them up because they aren't served that way in Mexico City. So we've got that. how do we say, is it witchy boy or vitchy boy? Oh my gosh, you made it. You made it. We're so glad you're here. I don't think we have you. Do we have you up there? Hang on. Let me see. I'm gonna glance. I don't. We're gonna get you up on the refrigerator. I'm gonna have Robbie write it out. Well, here, I'll write it out. Let's see here. Thank you so much for using your Prime sub. And you know that if you have Amazon out there, you have a Prime sub to give to one of the streamers out there for free. So make sure you use it before they take it away from us.
Yeah, I don't know if we had Aramon up there before or not.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I don't think so. I think we'll just do this. There we go. We're so glad you made it. All right, tape. Where's the tape? Is it in the office?
Yes.
You might want to bring that out here. Okay, so I wanted to share with you is we're going to get this up on the fridge as soon as my tech person gets stuff. I have a basket that I keep, and in this basket, Kelsey's here. And in this basket are always going to be some dried peppers, and I'm always going to have masa in here, and masa harina. So that's the flour that you have as opposed to just going and buying wet masa. Look at my tech guy. We've got, hang on. Thank you. Here we go. Perfect. Okay, so I've always got, right now I have white, blue, and blue corn. I'm pretty sure I had red corn in here too. I don't know why it's not in here, but there's red corn masa as well. It's probably sitting on the shelf and didn't make it quite in the basket. I also have peri-peri dried chilies. I have some chipotle dried morita, which you guys have seen me use before, pasilla, arbol, ancho, guajillo, and cascabel. So those are all the chilies I had in there. Tonight we're going to use guajillo and cascabel. Each of these has a little bit different flavor to them. And, you know, sometimes we don't get great dried chilies here in the United States because we let them sit around for a long time. We don't get them like dried and then get them kind of fresh. So we have to rehydrate them all the time, which is what we're going to do. So tonight we're going to use these two, but let's do a little mise en place so that we can get our chili started, and then we need to get our rice started. We're going to do arroz verde tonight, and it's going to require the blender multiple times, so I'll be cleaning the blender multiple times. Yay. All right, so we need, out of our cascabels, we need 2, and our guajillos, we need 5. So we'll get those ready. How are you guys? How's your weekend been? The weather here has been gorgeous. There's been a lot of Pokemon shenanigans going on.
A lot.
Robbie was gone yesterday for a few hours while I worked. But on almost every show he does. I do have blue corn. I like making them, but for this I thought I would do white so that we can see the colors of the sauces and stuff. So we need about 5. That's not really a whole one. So let's put that in there. Ozzy Titan, thank you for that follow. Welcome in and welcome to the community. But you're making yourself some sandwiches, perfectly okay. So when you have a dried chili, you kind of want them to be able to bend. Like they shouldn't be completely so dried like these are. These are a little older, and so they don't bend, they just crack. So we don't want those. You celebrated your 25th birthday on Friday. Oh, that is so nice. Spaghetti bolognese. That is good. Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday. So, hello, Carnelian Sparkle. So if you can, try to get them when they look like this. These are a little older, and so when they are that dried and they crack like that, they've lost a little of their flavor. So I only need 2 of these. If I needed more of them, I'd probably put some extra ones in there. So this particular package says best by 7/1/26. They will not last until 2026 because I cook with dried chilies. Now, in lieu of this, you could buy chili powder and just use chili powder. The flavor is not the same. It's not the same. So I advise you, if you want to learn how to cook some really good Mexican food, basically make your own paste out of dried chilies and stuff, because the more we process something, it changes the flavor of it, right? So the first thing we're going to do, look at me, I can't even cut this open properly, is we want to get the seeds out of these. And where did I put my other bowl? I have lost the other bowl.
Not the bowl that's right in front of you?
This is the masa bowl. Oh, it's this one right over here. So the masa's already in there. That won't help me for trash. We don't want trash on our tortillas. As in the raw ones. See, seeds are actually bitter, okay? The real heat from a chili comes from, you'll see that they say deseed and also take the ribs out. The ribs are actually where most of the heat is in it. Now, the seeds are bitter in and of themselves. There's a little heat to them, but they will amplify that heat from the ribs. So I'm going to put these all in here as I do this. So you can use them. And I don't know, my guess is because they're dried, it'll concentrate the heat and flavor of them. I know it does that for the fleshy part of it. Can you plant the seeds since they're dried? That's a really good question. I don't know. My guess would be that it depends on how they dried it. If they dried it naturally, without any heat or anything, probably. But if they dried them using heat or smoke, probably not. But that's a good question. I'll have to look that up. I don't know the answer to it. All right. Alrighty. Look at me making a giant mess already. Well, it's not a giant mess, it's a little mess. JB fishing with his dad. Holy cow! Hello, welcome in, Raiders. Oh my gosh, welcome in, JB. Fishing with Dad. How are you guys? How are you, Raiders? Oh my gosh. You guys, welcome in. My name is Dana. I'm a home cook in North Texas, and tonight we are making some chicken enchiladas. I am here with Robbie, Randy, Ricky, Roy, who is my tech guy, my bartender, my logistical elevation technician, dog wrangler, you name it. That's his job on there. But it's good timing. I know we just started. Hello, Lala. Hello, Papa Tom. Oh my gosh, welcome in. It's good to see you. Oh, we've got Makawaka's here. Boy, do we have some shout outs to give out. You got to go follow Lala, go follow Makawaka. Let's go follow JB Fishing. Did I miss anybody? Who else did I miss? Uh-oh, Rocky. Rocky is the dog, and he's a Velociraptor Maltipoo. Who sometimes just decides that he's not going to go through the dog door, so we have to open the door for him. So I'm not sure what that is going on. Following is free. That's right. It's free. Hello, Big Ball of Yarn. How are you? So we are doing a meal redemption for Elser, who's out in Australia. So it's actually Monday for Elser today. It's Sunday for us here in Texas. And I'm going to be doing enchiladas, chicken enchiladas, 2 different ways. So I'm cooking out of a cookbook called Mi Cocina by Rick Martinez for the month. And this is what it looks like. It's super colorful, so you can't miss it if you see it places. And chat decided that was the book we were going to cook out of this month. So we're going to do some enchiladas mineras out of that. And then I'm also going to show you how to make a real quick enchilada casserole. So we've got that. Oh, JB and his dad were fishing and they're great streamers. I can't wait to go watch. I can't wait. So, yeah. So we're so glad that you're here, Raiders. JB would love to hear how your stream went as well. You could put some seeds between damp paper towels for a few days to see if they sprout. That would be one way to do it. That would be one way. Let me get some of these seeds off. So what we're doing is we're going to be developing our enchilada sauce using some dried peppers. So we need to get those soaked first to rehydrate them. And I was talking about how you want to try and find dried peppers if you're using them that are pliable. That means that they're fresh dried things, if that makes any sense. Whereas these are cascabels, these are guajillos. The cascabels I have are a little older, so they're not quite as pliable. They just kind of break apart. But we're going to rehydrate them. They'll be fine. They just won't have as much flavor as they did a few months ago when I bought them. So they'll pop in shortly. Perfect, perfect. So normally you buy the enchilada sauce, which is a very okay way to do it. But I want you to see that it can be really easy to make. And so this one is going to be using dried chilies. And then when we make the enchilada sauce for the other ones, we're going to be using fresh chilies for that one. And that gives you different flavors. The other thing to know about peppers is when they're red, that is when they are more ripe. So even a jalapeno gets red if it stays on the vine long enough. And when it's green, you're going to get a more vegetal flavor to it, where you'll get a hotter, spicier version, less vegetable forward when it has turned red. And that is true of almost every pepper. So I had somebody last year who was just like, jalapenos aren't red. I'm like, not when you usually buy them at the store, but yeah. But they are, if you leave them on the vine long enough. I know, I grow them. So you grew oh man, I love rhubarb. We need to do something with rhubarb this spring if I can find some good rhubarb. It's a tough one to find good rhubarb sometimes. Oop. I'm throwing oh no, there's seeds on the floor. I hope the dog doesn't eat them. He probably won't. He's probably wise enough to go, that doesn't seem like that one tastes very good. The ones on my vine don't turn black. They go from green and then they turn red. So maybe that's a varietal thing. But it'll impart a different flavor. So we are going to be making a mole in a few weeks, and I actually got some interesting new, we got the Raid thing going. Thank you. Look, my tech guy is on it. He's going to give us our Raid thing. So all this is going to go into a blender, so I don't need to chop this up or anything. I just need to get them ready. All right, so we're going to need that. We're going to need, let's see here, garlic, salt, oregano, and pepper. All right, I need to get my garlic. And there we go. We got a Raid in there. Excellent. Okay, I need to do garlic. That's what I need to do. Robbie's gonna be a guacamole and margarita maker today too. So you'll actually get to see him on camera doing some things. I know. So the funny thing about Robbie is when we started doing this, I told him he wouldn't have to be on camera, and I completely lied.
She's a liar.
I really did have a good idea, but I changed my mind after a couple of streams, and I'm like, nah, I think he needs to be on. All right.
Hello,
So,
Auntie.
what do we need to do with the cloves? We just need to crush them. That is good. Auntie B, hello, hello. How are you? What just happened? Where did the garlic go?
On the floor.
On the floor?
Behind you.
Behind me. Nope. Oh, right there. I see it. I see it. I got it. Clumsy.
You're too kind, Uncommon Wolf.
I'm so
You're too
clumsy. He's the best part of the stream, I know. I keep telling him that. And he's like, nobody wants to see me. And I'm like, yeah, they do. That's why when we do things with you.
Dana's trying to get a permanent camera on me. That's all it is.
And we're gonna make that happen when I've got time. All right, this knife is not good for this purpose. It's good for de-seeding things. Let's get the real knife out.
That's not a knife.
This is a knife. Is that where you were going with it?
Yes, I let you say it.
And me and Seth would bring broth. Oh, we're doing the broth in that.
Definitely the tallest part of the string.
Definitely that. That is why he's my logistical elevation technician. To get things off of high shelves for me. When I was younger, I used to climb up on all of the shelves. Because that's what short people do. All right, so all we've done is lightly crushed these because, again, it's not really a big deal. We're going to be putting all of this in the blender. All right, so we want to reconstitute these peppers. So we're going to take some chicken stock so it adds a little more flavor. If you want to do water, I've done water for this before. This recipe calls for chicken stock. So we are going with the recipe. And then we need a little more. All right, we're gonna turn that on and get that to a boil. Now, here's something to remember.
I would not want to be 7 feet tall. That's too tall.
I think a Rob cam is the thing to do, yeah. You used to do it at the store. I still do it at the store sometimes. Climb on the shelves. I'm like, nobody's watching. I'm going to step on this shelf. So far, I haven't knocked any shelves over. Knock on wood. Okay, so here's something I want you to keep in mind. When you are doing dried peppers like this and you bring it to a boil, cover it. Don't let it sit there and boil for a long time. Pepper spray is made of peppers, and the capsaicin, you'll start to burn your eyes. You won't do any permanent damage, but it doesn't feel good, and you certainly don't want to, poison somebody who's cooking with you in your kitchen like I did with Canara. So
Poor Canara.
yes. So don't do that. Just remember that if you try to, this is why we boil it, then we soak them, and we turn the heat off. We put a top on it, and we just let them rehydrate that way. I'm hoping I need to smush these down in here a little bit because we don't want a crunchy sauce. I don't think, do we? No, we don't want a crunchy sauce. And have good ventilation. Good ventilation is very, very, very helpful. Okay, so while this is starting to boil, I'm going to real quick chop up some stuff so that we can start our rice, because our rice is going to we're going to do about 20 minutes on, 10 minutes off the heat for the rice. So we're going to make a arroz verde, so green rice. And anytime I'm using cilantro, if you are one of those people who does not like cilantro tastes like soap to you, you can use parsley instead, or any other kind of green veggie herb that you like, but nothing too terribly strong. Like you wouldn't want to use probably basil or anything like that. So we're going to start with this. We're going to have we don't even have to cook this stuff. We're just going to throw it in a blender to make our sauce for our rice. So what we're doing is we're going to cook our rice in this rather than adding the herbs and stuff later. That way, every piece of rice has the flavor of this in it. Because some recipes say, hey, you're going to cook the rice this way, and then afterwards you're going to put these flavors in. No. We're going to actually make the liquid that we're going to cook our rice in. So basil would be an interesting flavor. I think you could make a really good rice with basil. I wouldn't do it for Mexican food, though. It would kind of fight, I think, with the Mexican food. Now, maybe oregano, especially Mexican oregano, which has a little bit more, I think, earthy flavors. It's a little stronger than Greek or Mediterranean. What's the word? Mediterranean oregano. All right. So our sauce is going to have a poblano. Poblanos are not super spicy, so I am not too worried about that. We're just going to kind of chop it up into some big pieces. Chive, ooh, chives would be excellent. That is an excellent one because you'll get that kind of oniony flavor. Hello, DT Creates. I did see the fan art on the page. That was wonderful. I'm so honored that we got to be one of the subjects of your fan art. And Robbie's there giving you a shout out, and everybody go follow. DT Creates is doing some fan art of the food and drink streamers, and it's really, I love that. I love that. Egyptian garlic. I love poblanos. I love poblanos. All right, so see how this is, I can tell it's boiling. I can tell that steam is spicy, so we're gonna turn it off and we're gonna let it sit there for 20, 30 minutes and rehydrate. All right, we needed a poblano. We need a scallion.
Count down. 4, 3.
Sounds like Aspie's here. Here we go. I'm just gonna chop this into some pieces. And we'll put that in there. Hello, Miss Aspie, how are you? Uh-oh, here comes Rocky. Scallion, we're gonna put some garlic in here. My garlic is still over here. He's been a fun the last couple of days. He has not been fun. All right. See, that's the nice thing about when you're making sauces in the blender. Now, I'll tell you, most of the time when I'm making sauces for things, this is just the liquid for the rice. But I would have roasted the poblano if I were making a sauce. Because,
Add an art section, remember?
oh, I haven't got to that. You got to remind me. I mean, I finally got stuff uploaded to YouTube, and I missed, like, I'm sure that there were probably about a month's worth of things that didn't make it there. Chicken enchiladas. Yes, green chilies. Green chilies is going into our other sauce because it's more fresh. It's not a dried one. But app difficulties, spicy stuff. Rocky's always broken. Always broken. All right, what else am I putting in here? Salt. We're gonna put some salt in there. Where is my salt? We're gonna put some cilantro in here. And we are putting a lot of salt, okay? But don't tell my doctor. He would be very mad. And then here's my cilantro. So I'm trying to get better about storing my herbs, my fresh herbs. I've been really bad about it. So we're gonna put some of this cilantro in here because we're making a sauce out of it, stems and all. If I'm making it to put on top of stuff, I take the stems off because I don't like the texture of the stems when I do that. So when you're doing these, when you're doing fresh kind of tender herbs like this, rolling it up into paper towels to keep them dry because they get mushy and gross, and then in a bag. And if you're doing like heartier herbs like rosemary and thyme, you want to put it in damp paper towels because they dry out too fast. All right. I'm trying to show you two different kinds of enchiladas. We're going to be doing enchiladas the way they really are made in Mexico versus how they're made here in the United States. And I love both versions of these. So this is not to say, hey, that's not an enchilada or that's not authentic or whatever. This is just to say these are two different ways that people express enchiladas. So, yes. I would leave it out. I think if you have that gene where cilantro tastes bad, I would use parsley instead of cilantro so that you still get kind of an earthy, grassy flavor in there, but one that doesn't taste like soap to you. And if you have trouble finding cilantro, which we definitely do not have trouble finding here in Texas, then use parsley. Would be a great thing. Just too much on your plate. I totally get you. Totally get you, Aspie. That is the way that goes. There's no broccoli tonight.
Broccoli.
But we had a lot of broccoli last week. Oh, do I still have broccoli to make? Maybe we'll have to do that. So it is going to be folded differently. For this particular enchilada, you'll see them two different ways in Mexico. You'll see them just folded over more like a soft taco. And you'll also see them rolled with the seams down, but they put them on the plate and then they'll put a sauce just over the top of it, as well as dipping the tortillas in a sauce. And it's not put into the oven, and it's not typically like the ooey gooey cheesy enchiladas you get at a lot of Mexican restaurants in the United States.
Same here, DT.
I could eat enchiladas all the time. Robbie and fun story for those of you who don't know, but Robbie and I, while I get water, I'll tell this story. How much water do I need? I need 2.5 cups of water. Robbie and I, when we first started dating, we would go out to eat Mexican food, not joking, 5 to 7 days every week. And a lot of times I think we didn't have it because we were going someplace with your family for dinner. And occasionally we'd be like, let's just stay home tonight. And then I was like, because at that time I was working 40 hours a week at a 9-to-5 job, and it was hard to feel excited about cooking after you'd been talking to people all day long. All right, water.
Hopefully sometime this week. I meant to get one in this weekend and just got busy with other stuff.
Didn't know the chef could dance. I love to dance. There's a sign in my kitchen. There's a sign over there and it says, "This kitchen is for dancing." And that was up there before I started streaming. All right, here we go. So remember, this isn't a sauce. This is our cooking water for our rice. That is all this is. Made with old El Paso from the store. Jay Burner, I grew up with those. The first time I cooked tacos on a stream, I actually brought out an El Paso kit and I said, how many people think this is how you make tacos? Like, you know what? There's nothing wrong with it. It's not as good as making them homemade, but you know, I love a good crunchy taco with ground beef, or a gringo taco.
That's on YouTube, right?
What? Oh yes, it should be on YouTube, yes. Microwave enchiladas.
I do remember that commercial, Michael. I got a lot of plate out here.
New York City, that was for Pace picante sauce. All right, so here we go. Look at this lovely green color. Now we're just gonna take some jasmine rice, and we are going to take 2 cups of this and put that in there. If I can open it up. And we're gonna use a 1/2 cup, which means I need 4, because I can do math, Robbie.
Well, come on. Love my face.
Hello. 3, that was 3, right? You think I could count to 4 without messing that up, but you would be wrong.
I learned differently years ago.
But it took you till the stream to figure that out?
Apparently.
Wow. All right. You know what? I should have added the rice in first, and we should have done some oil to get some toastiness on the rice. So if you're doing rice, toast the rice first. It gives it a little bit more flavor. Obviously, I forgot to do that, so that's not happening. So we're going to bring this to a boil, and then we're going to cover it.
So it might be years again before you go back to Taco Bell?
Let me say yucca no good at all. You know what? It wasn't Taco Bell. It was it Taco Bell? It was one of the taco chains, and there's several here in Texas, and I can't remember which one it was, and I was like, I'm in the mood for some fajitas or something. Let me just go grab some food. I brought it home. It was just a great big salt bomb. There was no flavor other than salt. I couldn't even eat it, and I love Mexican food, so I was like, oh. And I used to get Taco Bell taco salads all the time in college. So it is perfect for St. Patrick's Day. So, and hello to you, Wolf Mom. Never again. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hello, Face Plant Cakers. Yes, I love Chef Pete. I love looking at his food in the social medias. Let's give a shout out to Chef Pete. Do you remember how to spell it? Robbie? Robbie's going to try and I think it's S-N-A-I-T-H. Yeah. Is that correct? Is that correct, Face Plant? It's S-N-A-I-T-H. Robbie's looking. Now he's checking. Hang on. All right. So we've got the rice started. We're going to let that come to a boil. Then we'll bring the heat down so that it's simmering and let that go for 20 minutes. While that is going on, we're going to move this off the heat because it doesn't need to be on the heat anymore. And we're going to start working on our chicken for our fancy enchiladas. What?
40 more seconds.
All right, 40 more seconds, and then we can. Okay, got it. Thank you for making sure we got that right. So let's do the mise en place for this part of the sauce, which is going to get added to the sauce, the chili sauce that we make out of this. So we are going to need carrots, white onion, and Yukon Gold potatoes. So one thing.
Yeah, I figured that was the artist's choice to fit us in frame better.
So it's funny, everybody thinks Robbie's my husband. Not yet, which is why we're making Marry Me enchiladas tonight.
Twice, you're making 2 versions.
I'm making 2 versions of it. The quick one and the slow one. Is this Dana After Dark? What's happening?
The slow enchiladas, apparently.
Maybe one day there'll be news that we can share with everybody. Who knows?
Stay tuned.
There we go. So yeah, so Chef Pete Snaith actually owns a cooking school, makes delicious food, I'm assuming because it looks delicious. And hopefully one day maybe Robbie and I will get over there and can take some sort of class with him. Since I'm just a home cook.
Yeah, Dana After Dark is a whole other story.
It's probably more authentic, like if you were hanging out with me and going to dinner. Dana After Dark is probably a little more authentic. All right, let's see here. We're gonna cut our carrots into pieces. The one thing that I also notice here in the United States when it comes to Mexican food is that we don't put like potatoes and carrots and stuff into a lot of stuff. What?
I was just going to say, you know how they say things are bigger in Texas, Dana?
Yes.
These are Texas baby carrots.
Oh, Texas. They're just big carrots. All right. We're going to put these into about 2-inch pieces. No, not 2. It says 2 inch. I think that's too big. So I'm actually going to make them a little smaller than that. But so we've got that going. But yeah, if you go to like the mom and pop owned hole in the walls, you'll find a lot more potatoes.
Oh yeah, I was muted. You guys missed the joke. Those are Texas baby carrots.
He's being funny because everything's bigger in Texas.
I muted my mic when Rocky was being crazy.
And you know, if you buy the packages that say baby carrots on it, those are not baby carrots. You have paid them to peel and whittle down regular carrots. And so they do not taste like baby carrots. Baby carrots are incredibly sweet. So don't let them fool you. It does not taste like a baby carrot.
It helps if I don't have the mic muted.
That does help. People can hear you better when your mic isn't muted. Same with me. Or when I have a mic. Because there was a time we didn't have mics on.
We've started more than one stream that way.
I know.
Literally
We've been
in
like,
the checklist
people
now.
are like, what?
There's even an emote for it because it's been a problem.
Yeah. There's a mute emote. So, you know, if you can't hear us and you're subbed, you can go find that. All right.
Yes, when she was talking about the Marry Me enchiladas, there's a fast version, the slow version. I said I'd be the
Slow
eating
version?
The slow version.
It's okay. We've only known each other almost 9 years. Don't want to rush things.
Exactly, Dana.
Again, we have a funny story to tell you one day. The rest of our stories before then aren't going to be funny. I said, we'll have a funny story for you one day. I'm not implying we don't have funny stories now. Okay, that's just too many carrots. I can't hold on to those. All right. So it's taking me longer than if I just do 2 groups of them.
You're still way faster than I am, Dana.
Yes, but that's not really saying a whole lot. Okay. We want to try and get these as uniform as possible. This is not the perfect uniformity. Like this one, definitely not. Oh, it's cut through. There we go. Now it is.
Whenever chat makes me do anything on the show, the stream is instantly an hour longer.
It is longer when people are like, Robbie should chop. Here's $5. Robbie, chop some food. I get to sit down and rest, and I know that it is going to take him longer to do it, any chopping, than me. So we do have a couple things going on. We've restarted our sub and bit goal for March. And when we hit our sub goal, we're going to do pulled pork Twinkies. And if we hit our bit goal, we'll do Texas Twinkies.
And then there's also the community
Did you just see what I did there?
Did you put that in the trash bin?
I did. We're going to pull some of these out. I don't need all of them.
You can't do the stream and talk at the same time, guys. Yeah, there's the community challenge as well to unlock the
Murder She Cooked episode.
with outfits.
With outfits.
Cosplays and wigs and the whole thing.
And Robbie will be participating in front of the camera in a onesie, sharing the same arm sleeves. That would be fun. You know, we haven't done this in a while, but in May we'll probably do a fundraiser or something for our anniversary. And we do have things where when people donate money, there are a couple of fun, like robot chef type things. So he's a fun guy. I know. Seeing for all those amazing videos. I need to get somebody to edit stuff for me is what I need. I wish I had time.
Costume.
A dinosaur costume. I don't think that will work for Murder She Cooked, but someday maybe we'll get him into one. I didn't set a timer for the rice. Well, we have some perfectly good carrots in the trash bowl, but I'm not going to go through and pick them all out. So that's how many we have. It's fine. We only need half an onion.
Doing great, Dana.
Everything is fine.
And this is before the margaritas.
I know. I have the hiccups, so that's no
Mad
bueno.
Marky has contributed points.
There we go. I think we're like almost 75. We're like, oh no, we are 75% of the way. We're like
79.
79% of the way to that community goal. So there we go.
gonna have to practice my lines for playing Amos.
Yep.
Now
Jessica. Practice your Maine accent. I will need to practice a British woman doing a Maine accent. Ooh.
Even though she was British?
That's what I'm saying, a British woman doing a Maine accent. Got it?
In my head, I repeated that because then she pretended to be a British person
Oh.
on the show.
Yes, she didn't have to pretend on that one. There we go. All right, onions. We'll get that in a bowl.
Look at that. She didn't put it in the trash bowl.
I know. Funny. I was paying attention. But let's get the skin and stuff out of there. Let's do that way so we don't mess
See,
up
I could
the blade.
potentially put something on the screen, Dana, and highlight it and say, this is the trash bowl. But you wouldn't see
I
that.
wouldn't see it. I know, that's what I'm saying, Andy. That's what I'm saying.
We're having fun.
But Angela Lansbury was a British woman playing a woman from Maine, so I would have to practice being a British woman playing a person from Maine. All right, potatoes. What does it want with the potatoes? Peeled and cut into 2-inch pieces. Okay. And then we're going to cook our chicken. Now, I accidentally ordered skinless chicken thighs for this. I would highly recommend for something like this where things are getting cooked in the chicken, should be cooked in the chicken fat. I would highly recommend getting chicken with skin on it. You'll get a lot more flavor from it. But you can, if you're like, now I'm trying to watch my fat, then get these chicken thighs without the skin. However, get chicken thighs, not chicken breast. Chicken breast just dries out way too fast and it has like no flavor. Chicken thighs have a lot more flavor. So it's not quite as healthy as a chicken breast, but it is way more fun to eat.
Makes life worth living.
It sure does. All right, this potato has a bad spot on it, so we're gonna cut that out. No bad spots on the potatoes.
Michael says thighs are cheaper and way better in a ton of minutes.
I agree. I actually do make my even my picatas and my chicken parms and stuff. I almost always make it with chicken thighs. So, Diana, the dog groomer, hello. How are you? Do you stream dog grooming on Twitch?
I was gonna say, I believe I ran into your stream just the other day.
It sounds familiar. How are you at grooming Velociraptor Maltipoos, who doesn't really like people, except for me and Robbie and a couple of other people? We have like one groomer that we've been
Literally
going
just
to.
one.
Just one. Like the place is like, you cannot come yet, Amanda's not here. I will walk the dog back to the crate for you. So, and the sassy one, well, sassy is what would be a nice way of putting it. So he's like,
He's a lot better than he used to be.
oh my gosh,
with that
yeah.
stuff. Like we had to work like touching his paws and touching his face a lot more to get him used to
Yeah,
it.
he wouldn't let anybody go near his face. When he was a puppy, I was like, okay, I'm bringing him here. You do not actually have to groom him today. Just take him out and get him used to things because he does not like new things at all. So, but literally I call them and I go, hey, need to get him in next week. Just let me know when to bring him. That's it. 15. Oh my gosh. The groomers love him. Yes, the groomers loved my last 2 dogs, especially Otis, who was on stream with us for, gosh, a few months before he was 16.
I still have an email of him somewhere.
Yeah, so I think he was 16, and they loved him. They were like, Rocky, listen to Otis, but Rocky didn't like Otis. And Otis definitely did not tolerate Rocky. Was like, who are you? Why are you in my house? So he's cute as can be though, Rocky is. Just don't let that fool you. You understand that? Yeah. So we had to work really hard with him. He was with a family who just didn't take him out and didn't introduce him to new things when he was a puppy. They were so afraid of him getting sick. And so he just hadn't been exposed. He hadn't been socialized at all. And so that's been a real challenge to get him to socialize. He wanted to come sit on the couch with us. All of a sudden, he's like, I want to cuddle. But then if you moved, he'd growl at you and sometimes snap at you. And we're like, okay, nope, no cuddling for you. Sorry.
It wasn't just the one time. We gave it months.
Yeah.
He just gets a little grumpy when he's tired.
When he's tired. For sure. Okay. There's our mise en place. All right, let's get our chicken going. I wanted to get all of this stuff chopped before I got the chicken over here. I'm going to get this out of the way just in case. I'm sure I'm going to need to chop something in a little later. I just don't want to contaminate any of the stuff that's already up here. We're going to get this in here, and because I don't have chicken skin, I'm actually going to heat this up with a little olive oil. I'm trying to mostly use olive and avocado oil in the house now to be a little healthier. So we'll get that started, and I'll open this up, and we'll dry our chicken out.
Show Rocky. There's a groomer in the chat.
Can you say hi to the groomer? A little exposure at a time. That's what we're trying. Yeah. I mean, I have a kiddo who is an adult now.
We've gotten to meet both of them.
So, yes, we're there. We've met them. We have gone to dinner with them. Both eat at Dad's and Rusty and Lady. They are awesome. Rusty's actually been to my house all the way down here in Texas, which was fun. So I haven't gotten the menus up on the Discord yet. I need to get them over to Robbie, who usually does that stuff for me. And we'll have the menus up for the rest of the month. And at the end of the month, the last Sunday of the month, I will actually have Bravewood Beanery here in the kitchen. And we're going to be doing all things coffee. So we're not going to be making necessarily coffee. We're going to be using coffee in our recipes. All right, so here's my chicken thighs without their skin. Boo. And we're going to put some salt on them. Season as you go. Season as you go. This is the contaminated hand. You also want to try and get the moisture. You'll see a lot of recipes telling you to dry the chicken or dredge it in cornstarch or whatever. And it's because if your skin is wet when you put it in, it's going to start by steaming, and it's going to delay the browning process. All right, so we'll get these in the pan and get these cooking. So on Friday, we actually had a lot of friends over for a dinner party. Did I make enough food, Robbie, for the dinner party?
Shockingly, Dana made about 3 times as much food than we really needed.
I did an Italian menu. So we had aperitivos, we had antipasti, we had primi, seconde, contorni, salata, we had a frutte, dolce, so a lot of it. We're on track. You would have taken the spare food. I think Robbie has eaten, I made a lasagna al forno in the northern style, which is with bechamel rather than ricotta. Ricotta, I don't know. How do you say it? Which way is the best way to say it? I should listen to Italians. See how they say it. Anyways, and it was so good.
There's still 1 or 2 really good-sized dinner portions of the lasagna left.
Okay.
And I've had that at least twice a day since.
I know. Hello, Fluffy Bakery. It was busy. I made a lot of food. Sesame chicken, Korean barbecue beef, lo mein, crab rangoon. Love that. New yummy snack today, Harvest Snap Kids. And they're great. Turning yourself into a monster. Like the color of those chicken in a frying pan. Rigaud. To teach you how to make ricotta gnocchi. Oh my gosh, Aspie. I had, when we were in San Diego, we went to, they have a street that's all, they're like an Italian area. And they do a lot of the restaurants there do a ricotta gnocchi with a pesto. So delicious. And I had never made ricotta gnocchi before, but when I made it, it was pretty good. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't a huge pesto fan until we had a pesto lasagna in Italy. That was so amazing, I almost ordered a second one when we were done.
Yeah. You know, you can do a potato gnocchi where it comes out light. It's just really hard to do. And I can't figure out what I'm doing differently when it comes out really heavy versus when it comes out light. But yeah, the ricotta gnocchi is much easier to keep it nice and light. Roasted garlic tomato sauce. Ooh, yum. That's nice. It's always bonus crab rangoon is always good. I'm here for it. All right. I might be better with a spatula here. Let's do that. Let's see, are we ready to turn? Not really, which is why it wasn't turning.
Kind of like fish.
Yeah. Let's see about the other ones. Nope. It should let go when it's ready to turn. So we'll give it, I'm trying to keep this away from my contaminated paper towel over here. The meat looks super fresh. I don't know if this is free range chicken. It might be because it's from my favorite grocery store. That's a little fancier. You know, I think I already ruined one shirt this week from not wearing an apron. So let's put an apron on so I don't ruin another one. It'd be so poor mailman. Have I ever had tortellini? Yes. I've even tried to make it once, not on stream. I need more practice with folding it, but we used to eat, it was one thing my kids loved, so we used to have tortellini probably at least once every 2 weeks. There's a spinach ravioli they really like too.
Ooh, look at that color.
It's pretty good if I hadn't stripped half of it off trying to turn it.
Hey, Silver G.
Before it was ready. Silver G, hello, hello. Another great food and drink streamer. Does some food and drink streams. Boy, I'm making a mess over here, Robbie. This is spattering everywhere. All right, how's my rice doing? I think I can turn my rice off now. We're just going to let it sit. And I've used the blender, haven't I? I need to wash the blender because I need it again. So while the chicken is cooking, we'll get the blender ready for our next sauce. We've got 3 we're going to be using the blender for today. 1 for the rice, 1 for the Enchilada Mineras, and 1 for the Easy Enchiladas. Easy American Enchiladas. This will be a little bit longer. My streams have been kind of shorter lately. I think this one will be a little longer. Huh?
You're making up for it tonight.
I am. This one's going to go a little bit longer. So there we go. The next week or two, your setup is a bit in the dust.
It fits the
Yeah. Stream is making you hungry again. Yeah. What do you do when you don't have football to watch, Robbie?
I guess there's days like yesterday where I was out catching Pokemon.
Yeah. Went to a meetup and everything.
It was nice. It was like several years ago. There were probably 200 people out there. I tried to get Dana to go today, but she said nah. There's too much going on.
I don't think really any plain yogurt is good. You got to add something to it, some sort of flavorings to it. But Greek yogurt is, I love the creaminess of it, much better than regular yogurt. That's me. So, lack of football ends up costing you a fortune. I hear you.
It's very
No
much a thing
DT
this
creates.
weekend, that's for sure.
It is still a thing.
Dana recently got back into it for the first time in
And why did I get
years.
back into it?
She really wanted to.
Robbie's like, hey, can we just get on your account? I need to trade some things and I need to do some things. All right. This is going to cook in the sauce, so I'm not concerned about it being completely cooked right now. Get our other chicken in there. Throw this away. Now for our other enchiladas, this is for our more complicated enchiladas. We're just going to be using a rotisserie chicken. So Elser, are you guys able to get just like rotisserie chicken that's already cooked at the store like we do here in the States? Like so many of the grocery stores now sell just chicken they've cooked earlier. And this was cooked today because I couldn't pick it up till 10. Yes. Brown food tastes good. Brown food tastes good. So we're just trying to get a little flavor in here, get them started cooking, and they'll go in the sauce when we're done with the sauce. So, Ann Burrell, brown food tastes good. How's that?
We'll see if she comes back on the next season of
I know.
Horse
She's on the one, was it Game of, it's not called Game of Thrones, it's called Game of something.
Picks. She's on that?
She's one of the competitors on it.
Oh, competing though. Okay.
Mm-hmm. St. Patrick's Day rice looks good. Let's see. So we're just keeping this shut because it's still cooking.
To me, that looks like a very Wizard of Oz color. So
Follow.
maybe I have some past trauma I need to deal with, Dana.
Looks like the Emerald City.
I don't know. Or the witch or some potion. Or...
Oh, the witch. That was good. Very good. Well, my pretties.
Dana is a witch confirmed.
This is part of the pan isn't quite on the burners, but there we go. 6-hour bolognese. Best things you've ever made. Oh no, I have not made that. Maybe I'll have to. Hold, please.
Every now and then he does that out of nowhere and it scares us.
I'll get you, my pretty. Exactly. Yes, please post it. I'll have to try that. I've done Kinji's bolognese, which has a mix of pork, beef, and lamb in it. And I told Robbie, I said, I think I would probably take the lamb out and just do the beef and the pork. But, all right, let me see what I'm doing
in
now.
case somebody else wants to see that recipe that's not already in there, there's the Discord.
Transfer the chicken to a plate. Potatoes, carrots, onion. Okay. So we're going to take I want you to see, here's our chilies now. They've been hydrating. They are no longer thirsty. Yeah, even that's okay. And we're going to take this and put this, while the chicken is cooking, into here and make a puree. And I think I just put all of it in there. Yeah. Some recipes tell you to take the liquid out. I don't want to. Look at all that flavor. Look at all that color. Don't throw that out. That's like the good stuff. All right, here we go. We got lots of noises going. Like a good kitchen too. Yay, ouchie on the eyes. You gotta be careful. And so now we've got this nice deep red sauce. All right, let's see how this chicken is doing. I think that is got enough of the little browning on it. Now, you want to do this really easy? Go buy pre-made chicken. You can do that.
Thank you for those bits, Jay Burner.
Oh, Jay Burner, thank you. You can't type if parents says, I'll get you my pretty and your little dog too. Sorry, it's not Halloween. All right, we're gonna transfer this to a plate. It's got enough browning in it for me for now. Not if I were serving it to you this way, but we're gonna be shredding it. So I just wanted a little flavor there.
Yum, yum, yum.
So we're gonna put a little more oil in there. Was that you?
That was sweets.
Oh, sweets. All right. So we're gonna be putting, I'm gonna start with carrots. Put that in there. I'll put our potatoes in here. Huh? Who says, I know. Free candy for everybody. Now I want all of that yummy goodness on the bottom of this pan. So when we put in our sauce, we want to make sure we're scraping that up too. All right, and the type of cheese we're going to be using for these tacos, I think, is queso fresco. So let me get that out. And how many ounces did it want? It wants 12. This is only 8.
I need more.
Well, I have cotija. I don't know if that queso fresco is any good. So we'll do a mix of queso fresco and cotija with them when we get to them. I'll just set them there for now so we don't forget them.
Green bell pepper jelly.
Oh, wow. Nice. I figured you meant 365 days. Trust me, my typing on Twitch is not great. But you can see, like, if we were using the fat from the chicken skins in here, yummy, yummy, yummy.
Ciabatta bread.
We'll just do 2 cheeses I know are good. I'll check it out later. I got to clean the fridge out anyway. We've done a lot of things.
When Zool hangs out in there, it'd be nice if they would just clean up.
If he
a
would
bit.
just clean, I know, wouldn't that be great? Okay. So we're just going to keep stirring this around. We want everything to get soft. It is going to continue to cook in the sauce, obviously, along with the chicken. So am I supposed to chop this chicken pork? Let's see here.
I know, right? Rocky really needs to be pulling his weight. I mean, he's really cute. He's got that going for him.
Stir in the vinegar, blah, blah, blah.
Dana, Espy's got a joke for you.
Hang on, I'm trying to read this. Oh, so this doesn't even want me to put the chicken in the enchiladas. It's on the side. It'll be cooked in all the same sauce, but it won't be inside the enchilada. So there's that. Why did the enchilada go to therapy? Because it's feeling a little wrapped up in its problems. Aww. This is Robbie's job indeed. I know, especially Rocky. He gets away with a lot. All right, I think we've got a little browning on some of this vegetables. So let's get the sauce in there. And I want all of the goodness out of there. Robbie's over here trying to get Rocky to do things. You're in my way. I'll put this in here. I think this was supposed to be covered, and I put this in a pan that doesn't have a cover. Yep. You know what we're gonna do though? Because I know what I'm doing, sorta. No, I haven't made the tortillas yet. That'll be next after this. All right, I'm gonna move this over here. And then because this doesn't have a top, here is a trick. If you've got a pan like this doesn't have a top,
Ta-da!
throw a cookie sheet on top. So when you're done torturing the dog,
Puppy cam got redeemed. Jeez.
I need this washed if it can be
Oh.
done.
Well, let's just get Rocky very slowly then.
Because there's another job for Robbie to do. He puts up with me. I'm not sure why. All right, I'm gonna actually move this over so we can use.
Elser has contributed 10,000 points total now to the challenge.
Oh wow! Thank you, Elser. Okay, wait. Let's turn this around this way so the handle doesn't get hot. All right. Because I'm gonna need this so that I can make the tortillas. And this is a mess over here now. So let's get some of this grease that went everywhere out of here. You're gonna be surprised how fast the other ones take after this one. All right, that goes over there. This needs to be turned down more. There we go. I can hear it over there bubbling too much. So, large enough dinner plate works too. For the top of the pan, yes, a large enough dinner plate. This one's pretty big though. So this is a 12-inch thing. Yeah, covering the pan. So I got it. He should be the cleaner upper, but he's lazy. He's lazy. All right. If you're new in here, when I make my own tortillas, I use heritage corn. So Mazaharena. My favorite right now is from Hacienda. They do not pay me to say that. I pay full price for my masa. I usually make it ahead of time so that it really hydrates and becomes good. But you'll be amazed at the difference a heritage corn masa harina tortilla makes versus one that's you just buy at the grocery store, or the maseca. Nothing wrong with maseca. I just don't think it has a lot of flavor. So I'm going to actually weigh this since I need to have a certain amount of these. Normally I eyeball it. Not feeling confident today that I can eyeball this well. No. So let's put this on here and tear it. Let's put this in here. 26, so if they're all a little over an ounce, we should be okay. All right, tear again. Still not quite enough. So this is, it's a little bit pricey, this tortilla press, but I like it a lot. And since I make a lot of tortillas, totally worth it. And then so that's also from Hacienda, as well as these little things to help keep the tortillas from sticking. I think it works better than a plastic bag, but a plastic bag works pretty well too. I did not to corn tortillas. Now, when we make some flour tortillas or some flour corn tortillas, I'll be using lard for that. I just use water. So when you're buying masa harina, it's really designed to just add water to it. So it makes the corn tortilla actually a pretty nutritious part when you do it this way of your meal, because there's not extra fat in it. And I learned something new while I was reading my book, which is lard actually has less saturated fat than butter. So it has like half. So when people are like, oh, lard is so bad for you, it's like, yeah, but butter's worse. Okay, wait, let's see here. That one's on. This needs to be on. Okay, I gotta wait for this to heat up. Meanwhile, and depending on how you're making, you can actually get all of your little masa balls ready ahead of time. You just want to make sure you're keeping them covered because they will dry out real fast. You need my cute apron. This is Hedley and Bennett, which I love Hedley and Bennett. You're getting to know all my favorites. Oh, look, while you're doing dishes, you could get non-hydrogenated. Yeah, that is the thing that I'm going to explore and see if I can find it somewhere. So let's see. This may, I may need to make these a little, I do need to. These are going to be too thin for our purposes tonight. So I need to do about 1.5 ounces. So that they're thicker. So in Mexico, the further north you go, the more flour tortillas you'll see, or mixes of flour and corn tortillas. The further south you go, you mostly see corn tortillas. And I read up on it because several of you were like, oh, they have both in Mexico. And I'm like, well, I know they have both, but I was wondering how and why. And north is better for growing wheat than it is corn. So, no, Crisco, it's different. So lard is an animal product, but I'm not sure how Crisco is made. So, and he was born in 1945. Yes. 85% to murder she cooked. Look at that. Oh, a little piece of it fell off. That's fine. We'll survive. All right. Thing about tortillas, sometimes the first one is like a pancake. We're going to see how it goes. Whoops. And I can't pick it up. Once you drop it, you can't pick it up.
It's like this soap.
Yeah, I feel like this dough may be too tender today, which would be my fault. Maybe I need to not press so hard. Enchilada margarita. 2 ounces tequila.
We've had enchilada soda.
We've had that before, Cointreau, ancho chili. I don't have any ancho right now. And when it says ancho chili, does it say whether it is the original or whether it's verde? Because they taste very different. So this is not going to be the perfect tortilla here by any means. We just need enough tortillas to make enough enchiladas. Because I didn't pick up any backup in case this isn't working. Mezcal, man. Mezcal's too smoky for me. Ray Posado's tequila is okay, but yeah, the mezcal, and Robbie doesn't like mezcal at all.
Way too smoky for me.
Yeah. I've used it, though, as part of a marinade, like for turkey and stuff. It's good when you do it that way. All right, we're going to turn this one over. Yeah, this one's going to need to go back over. The pan just wasn't hot enough. Live and learn. Live and learn. All right, let's keep this.
Do you need your blender washed again?
Yes, that was the only thing that needed to be washed. And I did say that to him, right? I said, I need the blender jar washed. So, you had the worst hangover with Cuervo Gold. Well, yeah, you were drinking Cuervo Gold. The silver ones are fine, though. I like to buy, like, some small batch tequilas. Although, here at the house, we typically have Jimador is usually what we have on hand here. But, you know, as I got older, Michael, I realized that the cheaper alcohols gave me headaches, but the good, more refined ones did not. Because I was back out in the dating world when I was in my 40s. So, this will not be the best tortilla ever. All right, I need the tortilla warmer. So the other thing, if you're going to be bending your tortillas for tacos or for enchiladas or anything like that, you want to get some sort of tortilla warmer that keeps, that keeps your tortillas warm so they stay pliable. If you do buy the grocery store ones that are stacked and sit on the shelves for a couple of weeks, heat them up in the pan, preferably with a little oil, or fry them, and you'll get them pliable enough so they don't crack. It was one of the main reasons I didn't like corn tortillas, was because of that. You don't feel so bad about it? Yes. Bacardi 151. That was your worst hangover, Jay? 151 with Hawaiian Punch. I think mine was one night where it was just a bunch of different things we were drinking. So I don't know if any one thing really set me over the edge, or it was just because we were mixing a bunch of things. My worst one. So. It's still warm in the package if you get there early enough. Now see, if you're getting fresh tortillas, that's a completely different story. I buy fresh tortillas at my grocery store all the time, but I know it's in them, right? So I'm just trying to get this one. We want to get a little browning. We're seeing a little bit. You probably can't see it, but there's a little tiny bit there. What we really want to see is the pan hot enough that the air on the inside expands and we get little pockets of air. Then it's a really good one. All right, so that's going to go in there. We're going to put our next one in. You see how easy this is? The plastic doesn't always do that. All right, so now the trick is we don't want this to get too hot, which is what typically happens for me. I turn it down just a tad. And you maybe can't see it, but there's, well, you can see it a little bit, I think. There are little puffs, little things of air. So that's a good one, hopefully. Keep your fingers crossed. I like that this has a target on it, Robbie. It says, put your masa dough ball there. All right. That'll be my next one. So as long as it's steaming, there's at least some moisture in there. Man, I'm telling you, Jedi, that is absolutely the truth. You're like, it's not getting hot enough. And you crank it up a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's like, way too hot. Ah, yes, this one looks better. Look at that. We got some good browning on there.
Have you ever had pastaroni?
Pastaroni. Yes, I'm sure. With the powdered cheese mix is fine. I like to add the fat in there, funny enough. That was terrible when they came out with mac and cheese that you didn't put butter and water in. Electric skillet would probably be better. Actually, if I have a terracotta como, but I haven't really perfected using it. So maybe we'll play with that later in the month so that I can practice using it better, because that would be how you would find it in a lot of areas of Mexico, or on a cast iron one or a stainless steel como. So, that would be a really bad hangover, Jay. Pancake and masa dough. Or is it different ingredients? So a pancake is flour and eggs and milk. So there's a lot of things in a pancake. Masa is corn. So yeah, it's a lot different. All right. So I think that one is done. We're doing one at a time here, guys, because my pan's not big enough. A lot of times I'll pull the griddle out and I'll do it on the griddle. But one side of the griddle, because my burners are different sizes. Here, it broke, Robbie. Let's try that again.
I was just about ready to go, too.
I know. So the different sides are different. It's not even, because I have a smaller burner on one side and a bigger burner on the other side. This one tore, but we're gonna. And I don't think the dough is too wet, because I didn't even put in the minimum amount they said, because I felt it and I was like, this is already wet enough. All right, try one more time. Good enough. Oh, messed that one up too. It's okay. It's gonna work.
It's just got a little wrinkle or two.
Just two.
So you would imagine the flour doughs are more spongy and corn doughs are more bready.
I don't know if I could categorize it that way. Because you can make thicker things with both of them. They're just called different things then. All right. So there we go. Hello, Jesus Freak. I think that a lot of times the corn tortillas are maybe a little more brittle, not as pliable. You can get into different kinds. Like I don't know, has anybody ever been to Lupe's restaurant, and they have like tortillas that are like this big, because those are Sonoran, and they're flour tortillas. Those are Sonoran. And so the book has been really good. The cookbook's been awesome, because it's helped me learn why restaurants are using different things, like what parts of the country those things are coming from. All right, we're gonna take that out. Maybe that'll do that. Let's see. Yeah.
A little too much.
Yeah. Anything casserole kind of thing doesn't need to be perfect. Right. How are you, Jesus Freak Hazel? Yeah, just a little too much detail there, Jay, for a place where we're trying to cook. You know, end of story. So I like it to be kind of a Play-Doh-y consistency is about how I would say. So if you got a Play-Doh consistency, you're probably pretty good. It's about a 1-to-1 ratio for the mozzarella to the dough, and you want to use a warm water with it. You can add some salt in there too if you want. And then if you get really fancy, you can start adding herbs and stuff. You could even make like a water like what we made for the rice so that you can get different colors with slightly different flavors in your tortillas. Maybe we'll play with that sometime this month. If not this month, at some point. All right, ooh, that one looks good. It's not very round.
It's art. It's abstract.
So one of the things, I was talking to my daughter today, and one of the things we were talking about were cookbooks. And we were talking about how, there's all these cookbooks that are gaming cookbooks. And how some of them we love and some we're so disappointed in because we're like, well, why is that just a Pikachu cheeseburger? Like, what about it but was inspired by Pikachu? Doesn't look like Pikachu.
Pikachu once ate at that restaurant.
Yeah. And I was thinking maybe when we get to June, we'll do some fun stuff and see if we can get inspired by video games or other things.
Dana does have a World of Warcraft cookbook.
I do. Warm water just helps it hydrate better. I like both, but since I can't do gluten, I don't really order flour tortillas anymore. Corn tortillas are better for you because it's using mozzarella. So that's been nixtamalized corn, which means that the outer coating around the protein in the corn has been broken down so that you can absorb the protein from it. Whereas flour is just flour. Like if you get a whole wheat one, okay, you're getting a little bit more fiber in that, but this has more protein in it. So there is more flavor to a corn tortilla. But you know what? If you take a flour tortilla and you make it out of butter or you make it out of a really flavorful lard or bacon drippings, I mean, come on. That is good. See, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking, Robbie. So somebody was asking, is your first tortilla like your first pancake? And I'm going to go with Michael. Oh yeah. So Michael, the answer is yes. at least tonight.
Jedi says duck fat.
Duck fat. Oh, what a phenomenal idea. I actually have some duck fat in the pantry. We could make duck fat flour tortillas.
Is it a coincidence, Dana, that we saw a lot of ducks today?
With their butts up in the air in the pond. We walked by the pond and there's like 15 ducks and almost all of them were head down, butt up. You know what I've got? It's not in this cookbook, but I do have another taco cookbook, and there is duck carnitas in there. Can you imagine duck carnitas with a duck fat flour tortilla? That would be so good. So good. Make everything Pokemon. I mean, that would be easiest for me because I know Pokemon. If people pick some weird game, I'm going to go, all right, well, now I've got to go watch the game and figure it out because Robbie won't be much help.
I won't be.
Well, if I said, how would this inspire you to make a dish? Would you be able to?
Well, not when you phrase it like that.
You could be of some help. Like we did 7 Days to Die, I could. I don't think it would be very good. I'm inspired by 7 Days to Die, but. Yes, exactly. Jordy Wah, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome to the community. We're glad to have you here. We love having people just hang out. The tortilla making process is one that there's not a lot going on.
It's so yummy when you make it yourself. Hey, creme.
Absolutely. We could make dessert tortillas and use creme de lish in them. Couldn't we? That would be something. Hello, Creme, how are you? When do the drinks get made? You know what? That is a really good, Robbie could be making drinks right now.
I was waiting for Dana to ask me to do that while I was still doing dishes.
I mean, if you can't do more than one thing at once, Robbie, what are we doing?
Stanley is done cleaning. Time for Randy to make an appearance.
Oh, Randy, I need a cocktail.
So you just wanted a regular margarita?
We could do a regular margarita or we have blood orange juice.
We do have blood orange juice, guys.
We could do a blood orange juice margarita. So, we're doing pretty good. Can we do shot? There, you know what? There's like, it's going to be a stretch to make 2 margaritas out of the tequila we have left. I don't have any, do I not have any good tequila left? Like really good tequila? I'm going to look.
You're insulting
Sometimes
the
I have a bottle.
here.
Ooh, I have blood orange liquor.
I think we might be making a blood orange margarita at this point. She's digging through the bar. We need a bar cam.
One day. I've got lots of bourbon. Oh, no, look. I do. I have a tiny bottle of Herradura. So we can make more than one margarita.
Good news, everybody.
All right.
There's enough for everyone to have a drink.
So, Creme, we're making chicken enchiladas 2 different ways. We're making a more authentic Mexican type enchilada and an American Mexican enchilada. That is what we're working on today. What are you guys up to in Houston? Let's get ripped. Can't. I got lots of clients tomorrow. That would be bad. It'd be bad. Man the bar. Let's tie one on and say, no, we just send them all to Florida to you. That's what we do. And then we're like, good, no teenagers here for a few days. Come on. Nope. There we go. All right, that'll be our next tortilla right there. Hopefully we have enough. See, now they're cooking good. So you don't want this so screaming hot that it burns the masa before it cooks all the way through. But you also don't want it too not hot enough because then it just doesn't cook. It gets stuck. It doesn't turn. It's chaos. It's chaos. Everyone can have a sip of the drinky drink. Hello, Lennox. We are having a good Sunday. The weather was gorgeous, although it was super windy. Randy is about to make some cocktails here. And we're going to try and give him some room to do that. So I probably need to scoot over a little bit. And it's kind of messy over here, but it's fine. Randy will find a way.
You know why, Dana? Because life finds a way.
Life does find a way. All right, so like I said, if you buy corn tortillas that aren't fresh, if you can get them fresh, that's awesome. My grocery store makes fresh flour tortillas and sometimes fresh corn tortillas. It doesn't always have fresh corn tortillas. That one's a little thin.
The blue glasses or the...
We just use these up here.
Are these...
Oh, you can use those. That's fine.
See them better?
Yeah, that's fine. You want to see the margaritas? I, of course, don't have any garnishes for it. But maybe Robbie will put a salt or tangine. No, because he's already...
Maybe Randy would, but...
Oh, maybe Randy will put some sort of tangine or something around the rim of the glass. Let's get that in the middle of here. Oh, I had one over here. What am I doing? Do I even know what I'm doing? Following is free, and you can use your Prime sub. That's exactly right. And if it's not here,
Use
go
it
use
somewhere.
it somewhere.
Spend Amazon's money.
I don't care. I just want you to spend Amazon's money. They make plenty, and so they're giving you something for free, so take it. That's all I'm saying. What am I doing? I don't know. Dana's lost her mind. That's nothing new.
That's definitely nothing new.
So.
Ooh, Aspie has used the throne command.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I need to get on there. Some of the stuff is out of stock now.
An anonymous person was nice enough to try and buy Rocky dog treats, and they were out of stock.
And they
we
were out of stock.
Making sure that the person was not charged.
Yeah, so if you were the person who ordered Rocky some dog treats, just make sure you weren't charged for them.
Where
If your
did the
name is on it, I
lunches
can let you know. I think this one's gonna rip too. I think I need.
Did you want me to
This
add any
is a
blood
mess.
orange juice to this?
Maybe a little bit.
Taking this off.
All right. Now my thing is gonna be sticky. I may need to get a new one. Let's see here. Let's see what we can do. They can share all their money. Didn't hear it from you.
Let's see.
Okay. All right. Is this one going to come off of here? Why is my masa, like I feel, it's really sticky tonight. I don't know why. And so it's so tender, it's tearing. Let's try that one more time.
Is it terrible? Or is that just me?
Don't respond.
Deafening silence.
We don't want to encourage him. Maybe it's a little more humid. Hello, P. Goaty. How are you? Randy's fired. No, he's only fired after he makes me my drink. I'm just going to make them a little smaller, and hopefully they'll stay together. I don't know if it's more humid. Maybe that is the problem. Maybe I need to check the humidity.
It is raining outside, so it's quite humid.
So maybe we need to leave this out. And I messed this one up because there's a big wrinkle in the middle. But here we are. Stanley is hired. You didn't put a rim of salt on it. Or a tangine. What kind of bartender are you?
I wasn't kidding when I said that we weren't doing it.
Oh, that is so good.
And she's instantly forgotten about the lack of garnish.
Now, it would be better if it had some tangine to get that, like, tartness.
She didn't even wait for me. She didn't cheer. She's just like, let me get straight to the drinking portion of the show.
I would have waited for you.
Cheers, chat.
You put some tangine around the rim. You said Rocky, you're tired. That's okay. I've called Robbie Rocky multiple times. Oh no, this one tore. Dang it.
Pac-Man's looking a little sad there. Pac-Man looks sad, Dana.
We're gonna make you come back together here in a non-round formation. There we go. I think we can still make an enchilada. Darn the humidity. That is for sure. Oh, did I not bring my books in? Did you bring my books in?
I did.
Oh, you're the best. I'm feeling a little whiplashed here. I'm gonna actually uncover this and let it dry out a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Moss is going everywhere. So now you can get fresh masa that's never been dried out. But what they do is they cook the corn in a acidic or a lime kind of mixture, and then they mash it. Okay, so if you're making, and then you use it to make the tortillas. But if you're not making tortillas fresh, they cook it, they dry it, and then they grind it up, and they make a flour. So you're still getting the same thing that you can just rehydrate with water. Get over here.
I was going to say that one's not cooperating with you.
It is definitely not. It's definitely not. Okay. Well, this one... Almost.
We do have a switch.
Okay.
It's.
We do.
I think it's still over here.
Animal Crossing and Mario Kart and Mario Party Jamboree. I haven't really played Animal Crossing, but my daughter wrote a book about Animal Crossing.
There we go.
And I do love the Mario stuff. I'm going to make these a little thicker, I think. Maybe that'll help. We're getting there, everybody. We still have a whole nother thing of enchiladas to make, too. All right.
Because Dana's got to feed me and Randy.
And
Roy.
Ricky and Roy. Although Randy did not...
And Stanley. Don't forget to feed Stanley.
And Stanley. That needs a little more. All right. So I think what I may have done with this too is I may have let it sit and hydrate too much. If such a thing is a thing.
Overhydrated? It's a good question.
It depends on my mood, I'll be honest.
Oh boy, ain't that the truth?
I mean, Roy is cute if I'm in a playful mood, but if I'm not, then he's kind of annoying. So we're just gonna add a little masa to each of these.
Hey Dana.
Yes.
In the history of ever, has it been a good idea for any version of me to tell you to calm down?
Nope. Like I've said to my clients, I'll tell them like if they're in a big fight, they need to separate and then come back and talk about things later. Because if you're new here, I'm a family and marriage therapist. And one of the things sometimes you'll have somebody go, so if we're really elevated and we need to maybe just, like tell each other to calm down. And I'm like, never in the history of the world has anybody calmed down because somebody said calm down. But it has caused a lot of fights. So maybe not do that. Let's not. All right.
Dana.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Dinner with Mom. So this is Headley and Bennett. And they still have, this is one of their standard ones. It was my first Headley and Bennett apron. And they have some great things. Right now they have like some Star Wars ones. They have some Grateful Dead ones. There might still be Sesame Street. So it's a great little company. And I love the story of the woman who founded it. She was working in kitchens and she kept she hated all the aprons and everybody was complaining all the aprons.
Very good quality aprons.
And so these, you can tie it around twice. I can tie it around twice. So if I can tie it around twice, there really isn't anybody who can't get it around at least one time. So, yes, so Headley and Bennett. And if you watch Food Network and you see a little and sign, an ampersand on people's aprons, those are also Headley and Bennett aprons. That is their logo. All right, so these are being a little bit smaller just so that I can get them done. I don't care taking time to make these when I don't have, I mean, like I might stand here for a long time, listen to some music. Robbie probably is like, what is she doing down there?
She might be dancing in the kitchen
Probably
again.
dancing, singing at the top of my lungs. This one's tearing on the edge up. Rocky.
The door
is actually open. Dumb dog. Both be passive aggressive and be moody, but never talk about why you're mad. I know that's what a lot of people do. Does the month of March have an official theme? Yes, it is the Mi Cocina cookbook.
I think it started
So are you
raining
talking
more.
about a theme like on the refrigerator? No. It's going to be hearts.
So now Rocky's a very wet dog.
Fun. The opposite is more likely to happen when you say calm down. Exactly, Jedi. It doesn't work for men either. I'm just telling you. Calm down doesn't work for anybody. I'm always like, here's one of the things. When people are really upset, they are not talking to you with the logical part of their brain. If they are really upset, if they're really angry or really scared, they're talking from the amygdala. That's our fight or flight part of our brain. So you have to talk to the amygdala first before you can talk here to the logic. So sometimes that's a timeout. Sometimes that's a validating how they feel.
And sometimes you just have to talk to me 3 times before I hear you, Dana.
Exactly. There's that too.
Although I come up with some really great ideas, chat.
Wait, I just turned that wrong one off.
And then Dana claims that she said it 30 seconds ago.
All right, that one. Where's this one? This one is this one. Sorry, I'm trying to turn burners off that we don't need. March seems like the middle of nowhere in the calendar. Well, I think it's spring break. We've got St. Patrick's Day. So I don't know if there's a theme. Does anybody know of a theme for March? Mardi Gras, exactly. I thought about that after all of this. I'm like, oh, I could have done Cajun food on Friday and done a whole Mardi Gras kind of thing. Like it's going to help instead of going separate ways, shout at each other from 2 different rooms. Yeah, not good.
March Madness.
March Madness. See, there's lots going on in March. Look at all the things.
Justice Fry says March is Women's History Month.
Well, okay, so there you go. There's the Women's History Month.
Because I know Science is having a whole lot of people on for that.
Oh, okay. Hold your horses, and I flipped out. Yeah, so not good. So.
Sometimes I just think about that, like, how's that even a saying? Hold your horses.
I agree. Well, think about it.
I just think it's funny to think about that it became a saying, that's all.
I mean, there's so many sayings that it's like, how did that become a saying?
Spring into action.
Yeah. Oh, 3.14 is Pie Day. That is right, Suki, and hello. Are we having pie? I don't think I'm streaming on the 14th, and I think on the 16th is going to be interesting because I'm supposed to be doing a $20 dinner challenge.
But if we finish off the bonus Murder She Cooked
Oh, maybe we would be
thing,
doing
that
it
might
on.
be a bonus day on Pie Day.
Yeah, could be.
Jessica could
be.
bake a pie.
I'm sure there are pies in that cookbook. So we could absolutely.
And just like that, Suki has contributed 10,000
Oh my
points.
gosh, holy cow. But I might be this coming Halloween. I'm going to tell you, pumpkin pie, or you can even do sweet potato pie. You'll get a very similar flavor. Sweet potatoes are easier to find than pumpkins.
Justice Fries, now we're
Justice
at 91%.
Fries, 91%. Woo!
Now Jessica.
Robbie's practicing. We've got all our gear. I haven't figured out the menu yet.
But there might be pie on it.
Could be pie. If we do it on the 14th, we might have to do pie.
Dana's always asking me if I have pie.
Always is really a superlative, and it's not all the time.
I believe it's extremely
always.
accurate.
Also, things to not say in an argument are always and never. Because you will get fight back for that.
Right. Just 10 total, 2,000 today.
That's the total of how much. 90. Is that 95% complete? Is that what that just said?
It sure did.
Holy cow.
Ooh, look at that.
I think
pie.
it's gonna happen. All right. Almost done with the tortillas, guys, and we can get on with the next thing. We've got 5 more to make.
I like how Rocky ran outside just to make sure it was still raining.
Still raining,
And
everybody.
then came back in.
Just letting you know. Still raining. All right, I don't know if you noticed, but these tortillas are a little bit smaller than I was making them because they'll stay a little thicker that way. You don't know why. You go down. How do you contribute?
He did, and he just went back outside again. He's being really weird right now.
Yeah.
You click on the channel points button as if you would redeem whatever, and it should be towards the top for the community challenge to...
It should say community challenge, and then it'll tell you that you
pick
can
however many
contribute up
points.
to 2,000 points a day. All right. 5 more
Or you could just
tortillas.
change the color
There
of
you
the
go.
lights
See, you
behind Dana if you
contributed
want to do that.
before.
That's also an option.
So you knew how to do it because you've already contributed at some point. Did you forget?
Michael has slept since then,
Oh, okay.
Dana. 97%.
You forgot. Don't worry, I do that all the time.
Twitch is hard.
All right. We're almost there. And then I can do some more things. But I really wanted to do the other enchiladas all at one time so we can see how they're made, although they do need to go into the oven. But you know what we'll do? While they're in the oven, we'll have Robbie make his famous guacamole. 99%! 99%. Crazy. You know, the first community challenge we had, we just didn't make it high enough. I don't even remember how much it was, but it was for you to cook, I think.
Oh, gee, I wonder why that wasn't high enough then, Dana.
It's completed!
Just put us over
Fallen
the
Age
top.
gets in there and does the rest. You did it. All right. We'll figure out a day for that. But the 14th sounds like that might be a good day. I'll just need to go put it on my calendar so I don't forget. So there we go. Whoop, whoop. I think this will only be your second wig, won't it? For things.
I think so. So what, the first one was Ricky?
Was Ricky.
I have so many names now, it's hard to remember them all.
That one didn't work.
And Ricky even has an emote because he's so crazy.
I mean, we have all the wigs. Someday,
That
if
worries
we
me
get to
that
build,
there'll
if we
be
get to
another
build the
emote.
house, we're gonna have like a wig and costume section in the house, which I'm sure Robbie never thought in a million years he would ever have to have.
The color of the room won't be red, right?
No, why? I don't think there were costumes in the red room. It was other stuff in the red room.
I was keeping it PG, Dana.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. Rusty's in the house. Rusty, hello. How are you doing? And if you're not following Rusty, please go over. It's free today. Rusty is giving you free follows today. You can go over there and check out him and Lady cooking and doing all sorts of other stuff. Were you cooking this morning or were you doing something else this morning? Because I didn't make it
They
in.
were cooking.
Awesome.
I was in there, Rusty.
I'm sorry, I was grocery shopping.
Of course, I say that and then I spelled your name wrong for the shout.
Cooking. Awesome. That's good. So go out there. How are you doing? How are you doing? We were just, somebody, who was it? Dog groomer. What was the first part of that person was in here? It's like, oh, I don't know if you know Rusty or Eat at Dad's. It's like, yeah, absolutely, Team Robbie. So Michael, right now, Diana.
Yep, Diana was in here, yep.
Yes, Diana was in here. So does Dar stream? Not right now. I know he's trying really hard. He's got a lot going on.
But the last few times he was on was Thursdays.
Was Thursdays. So if you are going to catch him, it'll be on a Thursday. There's just lots of things with going on. That's why we haven't done Food Fight either. So we're hoping that when things maybe get a little easier for Darth, we can bring Food Fight back. Because we've got people who want to do it. She's more likely to cook you food. Yes, Robbie would understand because he will not cook you food. He might pull out some chips and salsa for you.
Okay, I'm really good at, somehow I touch my phone and food shows up at the door.
The food
I'm magic.
fairy. You're magic. I know, I miss Mama Huevos too.
That's what the last time we asked about her, I think someone said that she was traveling a lot.
I don't remember that. It could be true.
Yes.
He is. He's magical.
I arrive precisely when
I wonder
mean
if it's
to.
the same fairies that wash the dishes in the house. See, perspective matters. Perspective really matters. So, for example, Robbie goes, every time I turn around, there are dishes in the sink that need to be cleaned. And I said, that's so funny. Every time I turn around, the dishes I put in the sink are gone. So for me, it's a good thing.
And she would say it's because I like doing dishes. It's more that I just don't like dishes being in the sink.
Yeah, that is true, Rusty. You kind of have to like make sure if you want to consistently stream, like you have put it into a place that's important and, you know. So on that note, I will not be streaming on Wednesdays anymore. I will be streaming on Thursdays because I have to work on Wednesdays now.
And we have
Does the
updated
wizard do Windows too? Unfortunately not.
Your schedule is updated on your website now.
Yeah. So just so you guys, oh, thank you, more Dr. Pepper. It's so funny because we actually just put your name up there. So your name is up there. But hello? Hello? Robbie said, I don't see more Dr. Pepper up there. From the goblins in the house. See, this all works for me.
Tier 1 for 3 months in advance.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Look at that
Well,
vote of
then
confidence.
we'll be putting some hearts and stuff on there. And look, your heart is red because I know red's your favorite color. So Thursdays are so dead outside of football season.
Because what, you were probably on Thursdays for the first 2 years? Maybe 3?
Well, we're coming up on 4. So first 2.5 years.
And it only
Yeah.
took us a year to realize that your offline screen still said that you streamed on
I
Thursdays
know.
and Sundays. It's like, oh, we probably need
Robbie's
to update
like, I'm
that.
going to change that. And then I said, hey, by the way, I'm changing to Thursday. And he goes, okay, I'm glad I didn't change that. So, yeah.
What's this, Jedi?
The glasses laid eggs on the sink counter because as soon as it was empty, glasses would suddenly appear out of nowhere. Yes, exactly.
Well, Rusty, clearly we didn't pay attention to it, so.
So much so. Well, and I think you didn't see it until after, like, because it plays the opening now.
Right, I'll play an opening, or it used to show who you were hosting.
Yeah. 1 out of 900. Well, you know, that one person came on a Thursday and was like, where is she?
When did you want the guacamole made,
Exactly.
Dana?
As soon as we get the other enchiladas in the oven, because I told you this is going to be a longer stream, so we probably still have another hour before we eat.
It's definitely a learning process, Rusty, on what's actually worth your time and worth worrying about.
We try to keep a consistent schedule, but if I'm not feeling well, Robbie's not feeling well, or something else comes up, then we don't.
Like, I definitely spend a lot more time on emotes than Dana ever would.
Oh, 100%. I would like hire somebody and then we would have the same emotes probably forever. And then maybe I would change one every once in a while when I had a little creative, like, oh, I gotta do some things. That's how I work. I'm like, okay, everything's good. I've checked everything off the list, and then later I'm like, you know, we only know what we know, Rusty. Just like when certain things happened on my stream, and my daughter was like, oh, I can't believe I didn't even tell you about that. Who thought that would happen to a middle-aged woman on Twitch? So there's nothing to apologize for there.
But now we know.
But now we know. So you don't know what you don't know. Especially once you hit affiliate, because you feel you need to keep the same schedule to figure out most viewers are flexible and want to support. That is absolutely true. And Robbie and I just said to ourselves, you know, this is fun. And the second it's not fun for us anymore, we'll just watch other people stream. It's hard once you've got dollars invested in equipment, once you've invested money in equipment. But at the same time,
But on the other side of that, you've had people say, oh, I'll start streaming once I'm ready.
yes.
And your advice has been, if you wait till you're ready, you'll never stream.
You'll never do it. Like I had a guy who was my trainer for a while, his name was Money, and he's a DJ, and he wanted to do stuff on Twitch. And so we talked about it, and he just kept buying more and more equipment. He'd ask me about stuff, he'd buy it, and I said, just start streaming. Loki Fishing, hello. Hello, welcome in. Welcome to the community, to our family. We're glad you're here. Once you aren't having fun anymore, you hang it up. That's right. You got what you wanted out of this. I think that's for me too, right?
Chewy.
Was fun. What? Oh my gosh, Chewy, hello, welcome in.
We had that sound effect ready to
We
go.
had it ready for
to
you.
follow.
But welcome in, and you're welcome to the community and the family.
And yeah,
So-
Rusty, I know you guys were talking about the tape, about all the great people you've gotten to meet over the years.
Yes.
Thanks for streaming.
It's been so much fun. It's been so much. It was so much fun especially that first Texas food and drink thing that we did was so much fun to meet so many people and to find out they're all just really awesome and great human beings. So the real Chewbacca. How are you doing, Chewy? What brought you here today? I always like to know where people are coming from. So, and you know, the other thing that's really cool, Rusty, that I love is that I find that I get people from all over the world that come and hang in here. Even if they're only here one time, it's kind of cool that it's like, okay, somebody from France was hanging in here and talking about French food. That's cool. Should you give some subs? I mean, you're asking me? Maybe. I'm always for that, but.
Thank you for the bits with the giant emote, Jay Byrne.
Thank you, Jay. Cheers, yes. Cheers to you.
I'll even toss in
Oh my goodness.
this for you.
Uh-oh, look what,
Dana can't see it, but it'll be on stream.
I can't see it. What is it?
So there's cheers glasses all over.
Oh, I could probably see it. Maybe
You missed
I
it.
could.
You blinked and you missed it.
I blinked, yeah. I have zero pressure. I'm just glad people are here. So, oh my gosh. Uh-oh, hype train. Robbie's run to go get my hype train hat. Look at that. Justice Fries, Lady Maverick, Blue-Eyed Nerd, Matt Bunchen, Bombardier. Thank you so much for those gift subs, Michael. You're awesome. And it's random. That is exactly right. So we've got the hype train. Okay, Robbie's gonna.
Oh, it's backwards.
Uh-oh. It's my valet. Strangely enough, it fits a little better. We'll put some hearts on Michael's name here, but I'm trying to cook too, so look at this. I'm going to have to get another refrigerator and put it to the side over here soon.
Oh, another fridge. Yep, she got that at TwitchCon Las Vegas, and then she added the lights.
I added the
to it.
lights.
And then she forgot to take it to San Diego.
I did, but I won't this year. I will bring it to San Diego this year. I cannot take it to Italy, though. Okay. I don't
Entire wall of fridges.
That would be so amazing. I actually probably should have just one fridge so that I don't forget that I have stuff. All right. One more tortilla, everybody. One more. One more. Oh, we're already at level 2.
Drink
Wow,
more,
look at
cook
that.
less, cheered 101. Thank you for the bits for bear awareness.
Bear awareness. Bear awareness.
I fixed it, Dana.
If you are new here,
A walk-in fridge.
wouldn't that be amazing? Like at the grocery store or at a restaurant, you could walk into your fridge, like your closet, and go, I'll have some of this
All right,
and
let's
some of this.
set a bit and sub goal for that, Dana. Fridge.
I was just, actually, I would want a blast chiller beforehand. Oh, thank you, Pook's Peak, for that sub to Aspie. All right, so do we have, let's see here. Can you write a thing out for Pook's Peak? I've got one for Bits, and I've got one for their own sub. So for the gift subs, let's do one for Pook's Peak. There we go. So, good night, bear awareness, guys. So we were on it, for those of you who haven't been in the stream for a long time. So Robbie and I went to Yellowstone, and we were surprised. We saw a bear, and people were
did see a
getting
bear.
out of the cars and running towards the bear. And there's a ranger going, "Get back in your cars!" And people are like, "Let's go see the bear." So we're like, don't chase the bear. Come on, people. Let's be smart here. Let's be smart. So, how are you doing, Dinner with Mom? I'm assuming Robbie got a shout out for you. Did you get a shout out for Dinner with Mom? Guys, go follow Dinner with Mom. You will love it. It is super chill, and they are great, and they are advocates for people who need advocates, and I just love Dinner with Mom. And we've got to meet them too here in
did.
Texas. We got to go have dinner with them. They were awesome.
And I believe we'll be seeing them in 4 weeks.
I don't know.
I think they're in the Discord.
That doesn't mean that they can make
it's
it.
a maybe.
It's a maybe. It's a maybe. I know you're going to die of quicksand. Didn't we all think there was going to be more quicksand? Oh,
I certainly
forgot.
thought there was going to be a lot more quicksand growing up based on cartoons and shows. And
All right. Let's see here. This is our last tortilla. Okay, so let's make our very last sauce that we need to make in the blender. I want to show you how fast this is. By the way, this is my menu that I had here. A menu I had. See, I'm so spoiled, aren't I? I'm
she made a menu for Friday.
for
which those
Friday.
people
That
love.
was our menu for Friday that I made. And then I highlighted the things that were dairy-free because I have a friend, or there was a dairy-free version for them. But I'm going to tell you, I hate dairy-free cheese. It was terrible.
So did you see that? We will be there. Made reservations last night.
Yay! I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And Bermuda Triangle. I know. Where is that Bermuda Triangle? What happened? All right. So we're going to make a 5-minute enchilada sauce. Now, if you want to make your own, feel free. This is what we're going to do. But if you're like, I really just don't even have 5 minutes to make an enchilada sauce, go buy one. It's there for a reason, right? All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for the hype train. All right. Let's turn that off. All right. I wish I could just turn it off. Wait, my hair's now all over the place. Here we go.
You
All
look
right.
Lovely, Dana.
I know. Thank you. All right. So our 5-minute enchilada sauce. I printed it out, but I didn't bring it out here. So please hold. I could probably do it in my head, but let's get the real recipe here.
She has left the kitchen.
And I will post, for those of you who want to make the really fast enchiladas that are more American, Mexican enchiladas, I will post that in the Discord. Okay, so you can use canned tomatoes. And let's see here.
Yeah, do we need to check on the thing in the pan, Dana?
I still have something in the pan. That's good. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. K. I did forget about it. So luckily it's fine. It's fine. Did I already turn, because, what if I turned it off? I did turn that one off. I did want to turn that off. Okay. Well, thank
you so much for hanging out with us.
Yes. Always a pleasure to have you in the stream too. I know that people have lives and can't hang out all the time. Okay. So all of this is just going to go into the blender. Okay. So we're going to start. This is 26 ounces. We're not going to use this whole thing. This is just chopped tomatoes. You can use fire roasted diced tomatoes. You could use fresh tomatoes if you have them. Actually, you know what? I might want to use fresh tomatoes because I have a couple. So let's use those. I'm going to bring these over here, cut the stems off, and this should be enough. Oh, this one hasn't been washed, so let's wash these real quick. We want to make sure we do that. So these are heirloom tomatoes. I used those for a burrata, bruschetta type thing. And then I didn't need them all. So we don't want those to go to waste because heirloom tomatoes are delicious. So let's use them for our sauce. And I love blenders because you just kind of do that. But any kind of tomatoes, about 1.5 cups-ish on that. Partial tore your rotator cuff. Oh no. I had my nephew, who's only in his 30s, he tore something in his shoulder and didn't take care of it because I told him it was a sprain. Hang on, I'm going to cough. So he had, at 36, he had to have a shoulder replacement. Isn't that terrible? So, but because I'll not only get to see your amazing creations, your family, you are both incredibly kind, welcoming, and awesome. We love you to pieces too, Aspie, we really do. You hope the guy who overshared didn't get a gift sub. Jay Burner did not get it. There you go. So I'm sorry about Terry. That's got to be painful. All right, so we've got about 1.5 cups. This is probably maybe a little more than 1.5 cups, but we've got some tomatoes in there. We're going to add some olive oil. But these are ways, if you don't have fresh, use canned. So a little olive oil. We're going to use a little bit of apple cider vinegar. So not much, a couple teaspoons. 1, 2. That probably wasn't 2. Hang on, there we go.
Only the precisest of
It's
measurements
precise.
on the stream.
It's precise. Olive oil, I've got that. We're going to add some water. We're going to use some chili powder. And I'm going to actually put in some regular chili powder, but I'm also going to put in some chipotle. So like I said,
Just waiting for the whole jar to go in there.
And chipotle. Well, it's supposed to be a chili, enchilada sauces are supposed to be really chili forward. We're going to put a little cumin in there. I love cumin. Some people do not. We're going to add some salt.
Half a jar of chipotle.
And some dried oregano. And there is a difference between Mexican oregano and Mediterranean/Greek oregano.
Is it the accent?
Yes, it is the accent. The Mexican oregano says, arriba, arriba, arriba. I'll put some salt in there. That's probably not enough salt, but that's what we're gonna do. And we need some garlic. So we're gonna use some garlic powder. You could do this with all fresh stuff, but remember, this is the 5-minute easy enchilada.
I definitely can't do really spicy anymore. Ever since I'd eat 3 habaneros in a row on
everything.
stream.
That
plus
killed
years
you.
ago.
That killed you.
Just believe it or not, we used to do wheel spins for every sub.
Back in the beginning when we had like 10. So, all right, here we go. We're gonna puree that. And then I'm gonna taste it and see if I wanna add anything to it. My spoons are hiding. All right, let's taste that and see what that tastes like. So, Mama Nels, Mama T Nels, welcome in Raiders. So tell me all about you. How was your stream? How'd it go? What'd you do? How are you guys doing? Thank you so much. Do I even have measuring spoons? I do have measuring spoons. Look,
She
right?
just doesn't use them a whole lot.
Right here. And I just spilled toothpicks everywhere. Oh no.
And the crafty corner.
Nice. Well, welcome in, Raiders. My name, as I pick up toothpicks, so my dog doesn't eat them because he likes to eat wood, is Dana, and I am a home cook in North Texas. And this month we are cooking things out of a cookbook called Mi Cocina by Rick Martinez. And we are also doing a meal redemption tonight. So for Elser, and Elser asked for chicken enchiladas. So we're doing chicken enchiladas 2 ways. One out of the cookbook that's a little more complicated and has more steps to it. But Elser said, I want to learn how to make chicken enchiladas. So we're doing this easy version that has like about a 15-minute prep time. In the real world, not in the streaming world. The streaming world is different. I need to turn the oven on. Hang on. Because I forgot to do that. All right.
Things cook faster when the oven's on.
They do cook fast. That is a pro tip right there. Things cook faster when the oven or stove is on. All right, we're going to taste our enchilada sauce. That's actually pretty good. I might like a little more spice in it, but I think we'll go with what we have.
Right. Baking, you want to try and stick to the measurements as close as possible.
Although even that, depending on what you're making, like if you're making like a bread or something, you've got to go by texture. Eventually, you've got to learn what the texture's got to feel like before you put it in the oven. All right, there's our sauce. You're doing well. Currently working on a reptilian woman inspired by crossbreeding a reptile, alien, and human. And you normally lurk in here. Well, I'm glad I got to see you, see your chat. How does that work?
And Dana is following you now.
Yes, so thank you so much for being here, and thank you for bringing your family in here. We love that. So a pop filler might be dangerous, could flood the kitchen. You know, it would be smart to get a pop filler that turns off after 2 minutes to keep you from doing that. Measuring with your heart, that is what I do. Anytime. We're glad that I gotta hydrate again. Can I hydrate with a margarita? Is that allowed?
I think Golden Flare will allow
Golden
that.
Flare will allow me to do that for sure, right? Go give Golden Flare a follow too, along with Mama T-Nels. And because you know what? Follows are free tonight.
Thanks to Dana. She's got the hookup with Amazon.
Cheers, Golden Flare. All right. That's our
Brunner,
sauce.
thank you again for those emotes with the giant, or the bits
We
with the giant
did
emote.
love those. Salsa cook as it bakes. Okay, got that. So now what we're going to do.
They have those water bottle fillers that have a sensor when it's full. I'm sure they can implement that into a pot filler.
I mean, Robbie's just hearing, that's more money. That's more money.
The amount of money they want for a pot filler at the new house, guys. I'm like, Dana, I will fill up all of the pots for life for half that amount. So I'm just that nice a guy.
Okay. I have purchased some chicken, rotisserie chicken. And since I wasn't there, I just got the regular kind because sometimes they have them that are done with Mexican spices. So we're going to shred about 2 cups of this into here.
I think that was on Rusty's channel today that someone said, "What's a cup?"
I mean, you know what? You don't know what you don't know. I remember when my youngest kiddo, I was like, hey, I left you some macaroni and cheese, so all you've really got to do is boil some water and boil the macaroni. And they were like, okay, cool. And then they called me back and they go, how do you boil water? I was like, well, I mean, I guess I never taught you, so I guess that makes sense why you wouldn't know, right?
Well, also, I think it was someone from overseas.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
What's a cup? Because freedom units.
Yes, we love our freedom units here
Yes,
that make
we
no
do.
sense. With our
It,
pauses and...
Uncommon Wolf, they, you know, the builders want to charge you like way more for things.
But Dana's probably still gonna get it.
Hey, I told you that was not at the top of my list.
But we'll have more details on that maybe this summer.
But if we decided to put like an ice maker behind it in the pantry, then it would be nice to have. We've got to run water there anyway.
But it is hilarious, guys, how things have changed over the last 4 years that Dana's been streaming. That we're looking at houses and we're like, can we stream from this kitchen?
Can we stream in this kitchen?
Priorities have changed a bit.
Realtors look at us like, really? That's one of your criteria? And we're like, absolutely.
We can make it.
You got to
work.
make the cameras make it. Gotta love being on a system different than the rest of the world.
It's got to have good internet.
Yep.
Although since we both work from home, that's important anyway.
Yeah. Gotta have it. A wet bar somewhere. The one that we want to build has it's not a wet bar, it's a dry bar, but it is a wine bar, so. All right, a little more chicken. So it should be about 2 cups of chicken. And like I said, I will share these recipes on the Discord. And if you don't see it on there and you want it, feel free to message me, Kitchen Mom, on Discord and yell at me.
It's the best way to get something done. It's just hassle, Dana.
I mean, I used to tell me, so I used to work in a clinic and I was a supervisor for students and they had to get so many hours of clients in order to get out of the internship loop. So they didn't have to stay in it longer and pay more tuition and all of that. And I told all of them, I said, I am not checking how many clients you have. I'm not checking your hours. And I said, so you just need to bother me. And the people who bothered me got more clients than the people who were like, I don't want to bother her. And I'm like, I'm literally giving you permission to annoy me. I know that's how I got through internship, is that I annoyed the person who was in charge of giving cases. And they were like, just give Dana something. That's so annoying. She's just going to keep coming back and annoying me.
Yeah, we're really good at asking all the questions they've never heard before.
Can these ceilings hold? Unfortunately, I think the one that we're looking at has like vaulted ceilings, so that might be a little hard to run things from the ceiling. This house, no, there's an attic right above us. We could totally do it here. Does this kitchen have sound dampening? Exactly. That would be a good question. All right, so we have a couple cups of chicken here.
Thank you again, Jay Burner, for those bits. How are
Thank
you doing on your drink over there, Dana?
More bits? What? Huh?
How are you doing on your drink over there?
About halfway through. But it looks like you're done. It's like 2 sips left. It looks like you're basically done. All right, now we're gonna put this in there. Oops.
I'm not the one dropping things, Dana.
All right. Shredded cheddar taste and season. And then let's add a little extra flavor in here. We can add some canned chilies so we don't have to chop them up. I'm also going to add some black beans in there.
Dana's even taught someone how to use a can opener on stream before.
My daughter's boyfriend, who is amazing. He's a awesome
It's a
guy.
very good sport.
And I said, "Can you open these things?" And then he comes over and he goes, "I don't know how to use a can opener." Okay. All right. So we'll add that. That'll add a little more flavor and another texture element in there. I want to add another texture element in there. You could also add some corn, would work as well. Plus, there's a little too much sauce in there, so I want to make sure that we're absorbing some of the sauce. Now, in a perfect world, I would drain this, but since I'm not using it all, I'm going to keep some of those juices in there. But this is a good way, like if you have leftovers from other things. What can I put in my enchiladas? Do I have extra corn? Do you have other vegetables?
What about chocolate?
If you're making a mole, you could put some chocolate in there. But we're not making a mole, Robbie. We are going to make a mole, though. We're going to make 2 different kinds of moles in the month. All right. So this is our super easy. So there's our filling. That's it. Now we're going to take a baking dish. I am going to need to chop up some lettuce and onions and stuff and stuff for the guacamole. So we'll put that over here for now. And
There's the Rocky stirring emote.
huh? Oh yeah, we haven't seen that one in a while. Thank you for using that. Now, I would normally find like Chihuahua cheese,
If only Rocky were that
cheddar
helpful, though.
cheese, something like that. But I just made a bunch of Italian food, so I have some mozzarella. So we're going to use mozzarella for this.
When Dana first talked about Chihuahua cheese, I thought she was messing with me. But it turns out it's delicious.
It is delicious. All right, that's not what I want. I want this. Now, we don't want our enchiladas to stick in the bottom of the pan. So you can either grease the pan to keep it from sticking, or go ahead and pour a little of that enchilada sauce in the bottom. I usually like to do both, but sometimes I'm lazy and I only pour the sauce. Okay? So now we're going to take our tortillas. We're going to take, I think it said 8 for this. 2, 3, 4. Can you see these corn tortillas? Do you see how?
It helps them go
5,
fresh.
6.
Got a question, Dana.
Yes. What does mineras mean? I have no idea. That's just what the enchiladas are called. All right, we're going to start there, see how we do. And what we're going to do, I'm going to put a little cheese here.
Hopefully
Down the
it means
middle.
delicious. We're going to find out.
Absolutely, we'll find out. Sorry.
Just throw the
Sorry.
spoons, Dana.
Or put some of our filling in here. So this is more of a American Mexican style enchilada, all right? We're gonna do that, we're gonna put it seam side down. So we're just gonna fill this pan up.
It smells good.
But you notice there was not really much prep for this, right? You had to make the little sauce. Again, you don't have to make the sauce. I encourage you to make the sauce. I think that when you make a sauce, it's better than what you get in a jar. There's some good ones out there, but you at least know what's in your sauce too. all the extra stuff. And you can make it to your liking. What are the flavors you like?
Is there a store-bought one that you prefer?
I just don't even use store-bought. So if I do use it, I just go to the store and I look at the ingredients. And just like somebody was asking me the other day, is there a marinara sauce? I just buy sauces so infrequently. I look at the ingredients and I try to buy something that is more of a smaller batch made, like maybe a restaurant brand or something. I think I'm only going to get 6 in here and not 8. Because I think I used a smaller pan. That's fine. We'll have extra.
That or you're just really filling up these tortillas.
That's possibly too. But that's what you see in
Did you know that Michael is a human shortcut?
I didn't. You're a human shortcut. So you just got to find which one you like.
All Mexican food is the same, just folded differently.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jay.
And Commonwealth says you want them as stuffed as possible.
Which is so funny because when you get like real Mexican ones, they're not. Usually. So they do not get baked in the oven. Sometimes they may get put under a heat element to melt some of the cheese, or in the oven briefly to melt some of the cheese. See, like these didn't even, my tortillas are, some of them are a little small, but that's okay. They look good there. So now we're gonna pour some of this sauce along the top. And then roll seam side over the top. We probably need a little more. I don't want to put too much. I don't want to drown them in it. And then we're going to take this remaining cheese and put it on the top.
Because who doesn't love more cheese?
This is how you would normally get them if you were getting American type enchiladas. Everything is full over there. I can't put anything else in the trash. All right, these are going in the oven for about 20 minutes. So while those are in the oven for 20 minutes, Robbie's gonna make us some guacamole.
Will I have to work again?
You too.
SB made some roasted chicken and potato wedges tonight.
Ooh, love that. I just bought my roasted chicken. You could certainly make your own if you want. So Robbie, why don't you come over and make some guacamole? Tell me what you want me to chop. I'll chop stuff for you for your guacamole. Avocado.
I need you to chop all the things, Dana.
It's been a while since you've made guacamole.
It sure has.
Yeah. So I'm gonna come over here.
But we've got the stuff for it.
Yeah.
This was from Pops.
That is Lucretia Pops. All right. There we go.
Oh, good. That looks like the perfect ripeness on the avocados there.
It does. All right. You can get the spoon and get that out. Do you want tomatoes?
Yeah, we can do some tomatoes.
Do you want jalapenos, or you want to just use the green chilies, or what do you want?
Whatever you got available will be fine.
I've got both.
Well, let's do both then.
Well, no, you don't need both the jalapenos and the green chilies.
See, chat, that was the wrong answer. She was testing me.
I said or. Why does he have to be so tall?
Because I ate my Wheaties.
Would you like me to chop that into smaller pieces for you?
Sure. Here. There you go. Choppy, choppy. She's getting really close with that knife. Well, may have gone through
Oh, good job.
the backside there. I'm too strong.
Did you know once when he was cutting an avocado, he cut right through the pit?
Sure did.
He didn't cut it right.
I cut halfway through that thing. Hulk smash.
Watch out. Do you want to leave any for bigger chunks, or do you want me to put it all in there?
All in there.
Okay. All right, what else should we put in here? Should we put the jalapeno? Should we put just some of those green chilies in here? You cut Yukon Gold into quarters and tossed them in paprika. Oh, I love Yukon Gold. Choppy Choppy is an old WWF reference.
Is it?
Apparently you would be better 8 inches shorter. I disagree, because then I would have to get stuff off the...
I certainly wouldn't want to be 8 inches taller.
Do you want to be any taller?
Probably not. I think I'm where I want to be.
Okay. I'll take some of that out.
How about you, Dana? Would you like to be 8 inches taller?
Not 8 inches, but like 3 or 4.
So you actually do want to be taller.
Yeah, because then my weight would fit my height.
I thought it was because you wanted to reach stuff on the top shelf more easily.
No, I got you. That doesn't matter.
I have actually gotten stuff off the top shelf for people before. That is true. That is a real thing that happens.
Mm-hmm. I mean, us short people have to do something.
And it is never a bother. It takes 2 seconds.
So
I don't want to over smash that before we get the other stuff. You don't want to overwork your avocados.
Because mushy guacamole does not... How much tomatoes do you want?
Maybe a little bit more. That should be good.
Okay, good. We can put this on top of the enchiladas when we eat them if we want.
And Dana has left her drink unattended.
No! What are you doing? That is not yours.
It's the guacamole tax, Dana.
Part of the short order cooks club, exactly. It's fine.
Mix this a little bit while we wait for the jalapeno.
And you can get the lime juice and salt in there if you want.
Oh, that's right. So what I did the last couple times we made this, because Dana doesn't measure stuff enough, is I've used a capful of lime juice.
I mean,
That's
I use
usually about good.
I use the cap for vanilla all the time.
Sure she does.
I do. That's the way my mom taught me.
You can't reach it, you just leave it and you won't make your dish. Salt is right here.
You
Boy,
know,
she didn't leave me very much salt. Look at that.
You can go get more.
No, that's plenty by my standards.
No, but we still need some more, probably.
No, we don't. It's going to be more than enough.
How hot do you want this? Do you want this much jalapeno?
That's good.
Okay.
That's good. We don't need to go crazy tonight. And then pepper.
So Uncommon Wolf, we've made guac. You know what's really good in guac is when you add bacon to it. I just don't have any bacon made tonight, so it's not going in there. Come on, break up.
I'm ready for the jalapeno.
Okay, is that enough?
I think that's enough.
Okay, I'm gonna go clean my board up.
Boy, I can smell that jalapeno from here.
It's a fresh
Make sure they're actually on
jalapeno.
camera for you. There we go.
Not as fresh as when I pick it out of the garden. Oh, you need to go back in here, buddy. Why were you out? Okay, I'm going to chop a little bit of lettuce. Normally I would use just iceberg lettuce, but I don't have it, but I do have romaine. Because you know, when you go to the restaurant and stuff, they're gonna give you a little thing of lettuce, right?
I think we're pretty much set here, Dana.
Cool. Look at that.
The
Can I
color
taste
looks
it?
better in person than it does on the camera.
Does it?
I think so.
Is it St. Patrick's Day?
She's tasting it. I'm bad about not tasting my food.
That's actually the most perfect guacamole you've ever made. Truly, truly.
I'm not surprised.
That is the most balanced that you've ever made it.
So I'm the guacamole master now?
You are the guacamole master.
Got another name.
All right.
You always have to ask for someone taller to grab stuff. Where are the chips? Did you put them away?
I did.
I'm assuming we're using chips with this and not for something else.
Well, I'm going to put it on the plate. It's part of the plating.
See, you used a spoon to taste it.
You're going to use a chip?
I used it.
So
I gotta
he
use
never
a
even
chip.
tasted, I know. A broken clock. This is, yes.
It's because I have to taste with the chip.
Not while you're making it.
That's
That's from when it's done.
Oh.
Oops. These are not really guacamole chips.
They're not. They're pretty fragile. Thank you, Ulcer.
So
Get rid of this.
we're going to have some of these, and then I'm going to do...
It helps that I've made guacamole a few
white
times
onion.
before.
And then we're
Would
gonna
you
start-
like another beverage, Dana, now that I'm done making your perfect guacamole?
Yes, please. Oh. What have you done?
What have I done? There we go. I've fixed it.
Thank you.
So yes, guacamole?
Yeah.
Or not guacamole, beverage?
Yes.
Words are hard.
Words are hard. Words are hard. Oh, my gosh. Drink up, I know. And they measured you at 5'6". All right. Always good. Always good to be a little taller.
I was going to say, 5'6" sounds downright tall.
5'6" sounds tall. You know you're taller than that, right?
I guess I was assuming not a male. And therefore, 5'6" sounds tall. Dana, the ice is broken again.
Sorry.
I'm blaming the humidity.
Okay.
Or Rocky, or both.
You blame what you need to blame. All right, these are going to be all our little toppings for things. All right, that's in the oven. This is here. I can start making the other things as soon as he's done with drinks.
I was going to say, we're about to find out how much tequila we have left.
Now I got the whole other one over there. There's the Herradura.
But Darth was in here for
Hello,
a second.
Carla Stop. How are you? Welcome in. We're glad that you're here. You got to try to start to unwind. Totally get it. Totally get it. This is. Can I put this here now? Okay, I'm going to. Here we go.
Well, we polished off another bottle, guys.
Actually, that one is probably the one that's lasted the longest in the last 5 years.
Yeah, we don't make as many margaritas as we used to.
We used to make a ton of them.
But don't
All right.
worry, Dana found more.
I did. Okay.
Just for you guys. We're breaking out the good stuff.
It all of a sudden got very quiet in here.
It did.
Herradura.
I can smell that.
It would drive you mad. No, my little brother is Robbie's height.
I think he's actually taller than me.
It's possible. He's
by
very tall.
At least an inch or so.
He's very tall.
We got that.
All right, we got two kinds of cheese here. We've got queso fresco, so while he's making drinks, we've got queso fresco, which is really good, and cotija. And cotija, I like to call the Parmesan of Mexico. It's salty, it's so good. It doesn't melt a whole lot. You're better off with a queso fresco or Chihuahua cheese or something along that lines if you want something that melts when you're making things. And deviled eggs is yummy too with bacon and tomato garnish. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Homemade avocado crema at the store fresh, yes. So cotija, no, I would call it more like Parmesan. But I think you can substitute feta for cotija if you can't find cotija. Whereas creme fraiche isn't as salty. But yeah, you see in a lot of recipes it'll say cotija or feta. So anyway, either way, we're going to let him finish and then I'm going to show you how this particular recipe coming out of Mi Cocina is done. Now you will see some Mexican ones that are rolled up just like we did the other ones. They're going to be much smaller. There's going to be less filling in them. They're not going to be in a casserole dish. They're going to be put on your plate with a sauce on top and maybe some cheese that's been melted.
Did you want some fresh ice on that?
Yes, please. What a good bartender Ricky is. Give him a little pat there. Must shake for 60 seconds or until Dana gives you the side eye. I only give him the side eye when he forgets to put the top on when he shakes it.
You once again did not get a garnish. You're welcome.
Is this one mine?
Yes. She's sad now.
Was that a sad face? I thought it was a dismissive face. I was doing it wrong.
It's practically the same thing. Cheers.
Cheers. I gotta do things. All right.
Me too. I've got a drink to enjoy.
So I'm going to show you the stove camp. So what we're going to do here is we've moved everything kind of off to the side here. So we have this nice red. Here, let me move it over here so it's closer to the plate. And we're going to dip our tortilla in here. Okay, both sides. Hopefully it doesn't break because these are really tender tortillas. Okay, now we're going to put some, I'll tell you what, we're going to do them on here. We're going to put it on here. So we'll do several of these right now. This is something you just don't see a ton in a lot of the things, is that they've dipped the tortillas in the kind of chili sauce that you've made.
I was going to say, this is new to me.
No, you've had them here before. These are kind of falling apart, so I'm trying to pick ones that aren't going to fall apart on me.
It's not a stream until Dana's told me.
Nope,
I've
you've already had
before.
this. I've already made it for you. You can actually do, Alton Brown actually has a really good casserole that he calls an enchilada. And so he takes the tortillas and he dips them in a nice sauce like this, and he layers it with the meat and cheese in between the layers of the lasagna. That one's going to fall apart on me. That's okay. We're going to do these
still
four.
taste delicious.
Yeah, let me rinse my hands off real quick because my towel has disappeared. Here it is. Now we're going to take some of this cheese that we've got. All right, so we'll take a little cotija on each of these. All right. And put that right down the middle. We're going to take a little of the queso fresco as well. But you can choose your cheeses. If you want it to be more melty, which some people do, you're going to want to use something more like a Chihuahua cheese. Hello, Megabytes. How are you? So we just want a little of both of these. They have different flavors, so it'll be a nice mix of flavors that we've got here. I probably could break this up a little more so it's a little more even. All right. And then we're going to put some of these veggies in here. We're not going to put the chicken in here. Because at this particular restaurant at Doña Lupe's, they do not put the chicken inside their enchiladas. They serve the chicken alongside. It's been simmering in the same sauce as what's in the inside. And keep in mind, this inside is some chilies, it's an onion, and potatoes and carrots. I picked the wrong spoon to do this with. A spoon where I could get a little more of the sauce would have been more ideal. Okay. And then, oh, it's too late, I'm done. But thank you. Robbie was so nice. He went to go get me the spoon he knows I like to do this with. So we're going to do our first plate right now. All right? And they fold them over like this. And they put like 2 on a plate. So you get like 2 on a plate. Then they take the chicken. They kind of lay it down there. A little sauce on the top of the chicken. We're going to do some rice here. Where did I put? Oops, I should have fluffed this. It got a little dry. Let's see if we can get some fluffy rice here. I didn't even taste the rice yet. I should do that. It smells good though.
It looks good.
It's really good. So we put a little rice on there. All right. I'll do a little leaf thing here with some guacamole because I need to use all the spoons, Robbie. All of the spoons. Put a little guacamole there.
Never enough spoons.
I have so many spoons, it's ridiculous. We'll put a little lettuce and a little guacamole, a little of this, and a little bit of that on there. And there you have, Enchiladas Mineras, which is much more closer to what you would get in Mexico. As a matter of fact, this comes from a restaurant in Mexico. Those are our other enchiladas, Robbie.
The easy ones?
The easy ones, the ones that we put together in like 15 minutes.
Megabyte says I'm more of a spork myself.
You're a spork?
And Common Wolf says I'd definitely eat that.
Yes. He's going to have some limpianado in la cocina tomorrow. I'm blanking on limpianado.
I was going to say, as bad as my French is, my Spanish might be worse sometimes.
Do you even speak any?
Oui. Si.
Cleaning. Oh, cleaning. Yeah, you know what? He does the cleaning of the tech stuff for the stream now, and I do 90% of the dishes.
2 weeks in a row, I've had to rebuild the entire studio from scratch thanks to people coming over.
All right, can we show? No, this one. So there we go. There's our enchiladas out of the oven. So we'll get a couple of those and stick those on a different plate. I should probably have.
I was going to say, boy, I sure am hungry. Oh, it's been 3 hours.
I told you it was going to be a longer stream. We had a couple of short, these are, I need a different. They're falling apart, everybody. We need to get.
It's because you really stuffed them good.
No, It's because the tortillas are falling apart.
Oh, or that. Maybe it's both.
Could be both. All right, so we're gonna do this.
Can't wait to take pictures of this food because that means I get to eat it.
It's falling apart. Let's make that look okay for now. We'll leave the
Dinner with
extra
Mom, it'll
in
still
here.
taste good. It's fine.
Oh, and you know what else we need on all of this?
You've got Pat's jaw hitting the floor, looking at all this food.
Oops. Let's get that off the plate. That wasn't good. All right. I'm actually going to put probably a little of this over here too. So this is Mexican creme. Ah, blob. Damn it. We'll put some tomatoes
just
on
cover
the
it
top.
with tomatoes. It's fine.
It's fine. We're gonna put a little lettuce over there.
We'll
some
do it live,
onions.
Dana. It's fine.
It's all good. There, we want the color. I don't want to lose the color. Okay, fine. If you're gonna be that way, we'll use another spoon.
So you've done the bottles with the nozzle before, and then it seems like it doesn't want to come out.
It doesn't
and all of a
come
sudden
out.
Just kapow.
It comes out, yeah. So we'll do
fix
this.
it in post.
And then I need a spoon for this, but we'll see if I can do it with this one.
Thought you might appreciate that, Michael.
Oh, not that. Wait a minute. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. And we've got this salsa. It's not super thick, so it's not doing the thing I want it to. It's close, though. It's close. And we'll put some rice on that plate, too. I probably need to put a little more water with this rice at some point and heat it up.
Smells so good.
Didn't come out the way I wanted. That's fine. That looks okay. And again, you know, you've got to do your little thing with your, look at the cheese. It's going everywhere.
The cheese pull is out of control.
It sure is. Put some guacamole there. We'll do a little.
Chat, don't worry. The guac is not extra tonight.
It isn't. It is included. It's included. All right. And then a little tomatoes over here. I didn't leave enough lettuce. I would have liked to have made a little salad.
Thank you for that follow.
But that's good. Old guy learning. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And then maybe, you know, we can do a little of that around. Ooh-doo-doo-doo-doo. Those are all clumped together. Don't clump together. All right. There we go, Robbie. We are ready for pictures. There we go. 10 out of 10. You'd eat it and enjoy it. I feel like, yeah, there we go. All right, Elser. So Elser, did you learn how to make these easy enchiladas? You can go and buy your tortillas. You can buy flour or corn, whichever you want. If you do corn, make sure you heat them up first so that they can be bendable. So you can steam them in the microwave, or you can put them and kind of fry them in a little oil on the stove, and they will be pliable for you. And you just go get some pre-made chicken, leftover chicken, whatever you've got, some cheese, and then you can go buy some enchilada sauce, and you got yourself an enchilada.
Where'd this fork come from?
I don't know. Okay. All right, I got It's been a day. There's drop cheese everywhere. It's fine. Rocky. Oh, Rocky. Oops. He thinks that's funny.
It's funny.
Robbie is starving.
I'm gonna eat before she gets mad at me.
All right. So we'll both try the same one. How's that? I just like something a little fresh with my bite.
Try the rice.
Quick, eat
Right.
before she spills all the food.
That's good.
So good?
These are the easy ones, right?
That's the easy ones.
Wow.
This is going to taste a little different because it's not what we're used to when we think of Mexican food over here. Okay? So, you can take that and then like a little piece of chicken with it. Oh, you want here? There's your bite. Let me prepare a bite for you.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you for your service.
Let me cut your food for you. How's that? How's that?
Michael? I appreciate you, Dana.
It's not the same, is
It's not
it?
the same?
Not the same.
This is also quite tasty.
But it's a little different, right, than what we're used
I
to.
just need a bigger chunk.
Okay. Mmm. So, really good.
Yeah, these plates will be clean pretty quick.
And the guacamole is so good.
I haven't even tried that yet.
You haven't tried your own guacamole?
I'm gonna have a big old bite of it though.
Did I tell you that's
I
probably
did
the best?
good. I did good.
I think that's the best, like I said, I think that's the best guacamole you've made. Maybe you just needed to not make it for months. All right.
Oh wow, that's really good.
You're going to steal it from us. You have his back sometimes, but not all the times.
That's really good.
And super easy. You can even make it.
Boy, these backhanded compliments. Jeez.
He's the one who won't cook because he's like, I don't know how to cook.
The second half of that is I don't enjoy cooking.
But you do things because you know how much somebody else loves that
Well,
you
Dana,
do
your
it.
Marry Me enchiladas are fantastic. We'll see if it gets the job done.
Cool. Oh, low battery. I got to check and see who we're going to rate. Ow. Low battery mode. Hurry, hurry,
Your
hurry.
on-so-late zero's on.
All right, well, I was thinking
Not that
of...
he does food and drink, though.
We have Tabatage, have
Tabatage
Chete. It looks like Pretty Good Gaming is doing food and drink tonight. Chef John
Colino's
is
on doing
on.
beers and barbecue.
Who's doing it?
Colino.
Oh, Colino is? Excellent. Thank you. I'm so glad you were here.
Can't
John
wait to
is
see you,
making
friend.
good stuff. Zero Brew is on. Beck is playing
John's on.
stuff.
That's what makes it so tough. There's
Mind
so
of
many
Royce
people that we
is
know now
on.
that make good stuff.
Yes. Let's see here. Let's. Who
But
did
yeah,
I
you figure
say?
that out, Dana. I'm just going to keep eating.
Why don't I see Colino on here? I know I'm following Colino.
Did Twitch unfollow you?
It's possible.
It's a thing. It really is a thing.
Should we go see Colino since we made cocktails tonight? If you haven't followed Colino, Colino's really fun with somebody I watched a lot in the beginning. Makes cocktails all the time. So, John is making some beef vindaloo. Ooh, yum! I'm going to be actually streaming. I think in a stream together stream with John on the 16th.
I
Sarah-
also don't see Colino.
Oh, he's finished? Oh, okay. So apparently
That will
he's
make it
finished.
difficult.
Yeah, make it a little harder to rate into him.
Not that we haven't done
All
that
right,
before.
well, let's go do Chef John then. And let's go see some beef vindaloo. Something that Robbie might not enjoy because it would be really spicy.
And we'll be doing a thing with John in 2 weeks. Right? She just said that. She apparently just said that.
I love
I
it.
know that.
I love it when there's video evidence.
Look.
Dinner with Mom. Thank you so much for being here. And everybody else, thank you so much for being here. You guys are amazing. Just love you guys for being here on a Sunday while we made enchiladas. And thank you to Elser for the meal redemption and coming up with chicken enchiladas. We will be on Thursday, woo, 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 Thursday, not Wednesday, at 5 p.m. Central.
If you tune in Wednesday, you're early.
Yes, if you tune in Wednesday, you'll be early too. And we will be making something else from this cookbook. I don't know what yet because I don't have my calendar in front of me, but we'll be making some more delicious food from there. And we'll talk more about chilies and masa and different kinds of tortillas as we go along. So he's just reiterating it. That's right, Mega. He likes to make it sound like it's his own, though. That's why
She was just reading my mind ahead of time, that's all.
So I hope you guys have a great week. I hope to see you guys on Thursday. You're fabulous. You're wonderful. It's an honor to have you here. Go take your beautiful, wonderful self out into the world. Take some kindness. Share it with some other people. We need more kindness in the world. And good night.